What's going on, son? Dickhead?
Hey. Yeah.
Hey. Oh, you get.
Yeah. Yeah. What is good? What is poppin'? What is happening, beautiful people? My name is C.
My name is Notion.
Welcome to episode 27 of Bad Habits Podcast.
7.
What is poppin', son? You good?
Mate, good. Decent. Weather down here has kept everything alive in November.
Right? Isn't that fucking insane? It's so
Fucking
good.
Insane. Went for a sick ride today. Just ripping in
Mate.
the old Dahn there.
Just fanging it. I love it.
Don't quit.
Never.
Like Montreal's weather and think.
Same. It's beautiful. It's 20 degrees today. It's going to be the same tomorrow. It's fucking wild. 21, I think.
Boom.
And it's November the 9th. It's wild.
The perks of global warming, eh?
Hey, sometimes you gotta give it up for it. You know?
Fucking take it on the chin, mate.
Mate, pause. Dan, how are you doing, mate?
I'm good as always. Enjoying this, cold Canada.
Cold. Well, yeah, I know we kept wondering about the cold, and then
but
it's got 20 degrees in November. For fuck's sake. Hey, mate, we ain't complaining.
when it's
So
minus
good.
30, I'll be enjoying as well. So
Yep, exactly. And you're gonna hold him to that, everyone. You heard him say minus 30.
Enjoy. The words enjoy and minus 30 are in the same sentence. We got it.
I would like to first of all say a big happy birthday to Notion for yesterday. Hey! And you get some air horn, party noise. Air horn. How was the day, fam?
Thanks, man. Chilling. Got out in the old sunshine. Couple beers at the beach. Nice walk.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of lovely food. Full as fuck. Passed out on the couch. Sweet as.
Mate, does it get any better in the quarantine? It does
I
not.
don't know, man. It doesn't really.
It's a
That was a lovely day. Yeah.
Cool,
Weather
man.
was fire.
Yeah, we're glad. I'm really happy for you that you got
Drank
to do
some
that.
beer, and we don't feel any older. So fucking cheers to that.
That's it, mate. Cheers to you. What are you drinking on tonight, by the way?
Thanks, buddy. The Collective Arts IPA number 14. Already took
Okay.
a photo of it. Don't worry about.
Yeah, I almost bought it when we went the other. What day is it?
Yeah, it's sick. I grabbed 2.
Do you know what the problem was? It was August 24th was the date on the can. It makes it like 2.5 months old.
No. The one I had was like a late September brew.
So you're
or
fine.
mid-September brew. So no.
You must have got the
It wasn't
second
far
one.
away.
Okay.
It was late September or early October. It was close. You know how we do with the LCBO when you go get wine and you check the beer section.
Do you go to
Always check the fucking dates.
Always check the dates. Now, do you go to the
Fucking
good one
dates.
near you with Brandon?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you got a good guy in charge of it. We were in the middle of nowhere, Ontario, just taking back bottles.
Yes,
and shit.
no, it's difficult. You get slim pickings at those ones, mate.
Yeah, man.
Shit
it's-
as.
You just kind of gotta take what you can with that. Unfortunately, so I really wanted to try, but my friend in Vancouver, he was telling me he was drinking. I'm like, I almost got it, but the date was wrong, and he checked his date because he didn't check it, and it was the same date, same batch that I saw. So his was 2.5 months old. I was like, I'm not paying for old IPAs.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel dead, but it I guess it could be fresher, but it's fucking great.
Good, I love it. I am enjoying
Yeah.
drinking these THC beverages for the podcast. So I cracked
I
open.
saw you drinking on that, mate.
So
Is it
this-
different flavor. What's the
No,
deal?
this is a beer. It's actually got barley and hops in it. It's only 2.5. I'm only like doing the 2.5 because like
Fuck.
I got shit to do, so I can't be trash. But like, it's pretty dope, man. It says in the ingredients, it's got malted barley, sugars, high
Jeez.
maltose corn syrup, hops, and then it's got the cannabis emulsion, I guess is what they make it, and they put all the shit in it. So I was like, all
So
right,
how much THC is in it?
2.5.
3 milligrams?
2.5 milligrams.
Oh, I see. There's yeah.
Mm.
Sorry. Cool.
It tastes like a
How's your
non-alcoholic beer, man. It's actually pretty good. Like it's, have you had many non-alcoholic beers?
I've only had like 2.
Okay. Have
The
you had?
Omnipolio
you haven't
one
had any?
and
No. Oh, do you have the Sober Carpenter?
no.
The Omnipolio one was fucking like really good.
That was good. Yeah, and then also had the partake joints as well, which are
Okay.
So
So to be
only
honest-
those 2, so not a huge.
Not a lot. The Partake ones are like, Sober Carpenter is surprisingly good. Their IPA, I could drink that with dinner whenever I'm not drinking. Like it's it's basically
and it's like what
Lit-
0.03 or something like that,
exactly right.
or
Like,
0.3.
yeah,
Yeah.
total. No, yeah, at most. But like they basically, if you approach it in your head, the thing is, it's instead of having like San Pellegrino or the Soda Stream, you have
Gotcha.
beer flavored fizzy water. So you don't
Water.
exactly you don't think of it like a beer. So I was really curious. They have a 5 milligram version. So I'm just testing him, and now I'm having him for the podcast all the time. I'm like, fuck, man, I might even because these are worth about as much as a beer. It's like $4.55 type of thing. So
Interesting.
as far as the price.
Sponsorship.
Yeah. Shout outs. This brand is called Molo or Moyo or something. But Tweed, I want to bang with Tweed. They got some fire.
Bang with Tweed. Okay, they probably have some good push. Like it fucking sucks.
Oh, they have all of that shit. Definitely worth trying.
Go. Yeah.
Sean comments. He said, "Happy belated birthday, Notion." It's Sean. He's on his other account. He's commenting from a different.
Yazoo. What up, G? Thanks, mate.
Loving it.
Professor X. What a funny kind of.
He's got all the aliases.
Loves it.
Oh, it's an anime.
All the aliases.
Is that
checking in daily under aliases? We rebellious. Anyway.
Bars. Real hip hop. It's like real hip hop.
Jay.
So, as the title says here, we're saying like a new format in it, sort of.
Yeah.
So we were talking after the podcast last week, and I don't know. It's been 27 episodes, like damn near. 26 is like half a year, So it's been 6 months, which is fucking wild that we've been doing it for this long. It's kind of crazy. And we were like, well, we want to kind of switch it up, and the problem was there's so much new music. It's taking up this huge ass chunk of time at the end of the podcast that, like, I don't know. I don't want it to get boring for people, and like it was always supposed to just quickly review it, but then by the time you get 3 people's opinions, and then it just ends up to be this fucking whole thing, and we didn't really want it to be like that. So what we thought, we got a bunch of other ideas. Dan's came up with some cool ways to make it more topic-based, and I'm going to get him to introduce his stuff that we'll probably start off with, and then we'll get into our usual topics, and then we'll go through music. So this week, thank fuck, there was like a fraction of the music as like last week.
It was about a third of the music, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
I was able to easily get through.
Yeah, for once, right? And now instead of that, when we get to it,
more comfortably rather than like rushing it before.
Yeah, and like starts. Quickly. Yeah, I heard it. Oh, I don't remember it. Yeah, all of that. What we're gonna do is actually go through it, and then the idea, which I don't know if we'll even do that this week, but the idea is to only talk about like our top 5, and we can briefly mention
out of what's on the list.
Exactly right. So we could like briefly mention the other stuff, but we wouldn't go say as in like this exists, and this was out. But we won't ask for each other's opinion or whatever. So the idea is that we all have like a top 5. So this week, we might just really quickly go through it. Because we could just pull a top 5. There wasn't that many. So we could just do that.
Wasn't that many. We can probably run it.
We could try and pull a top 5. And then if we eventually get to like the 5th, and there's let's say there's a bunch of music left, we can just like
say it.
Like replace it.
Yeah, that's true. And if we all say this, that was in my top 5, I'm like, all right, then we can try and maybe add in a couple bonuses.
Or say why someone else hasn't put that in the top 5.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Maybe that's probably actually more interesting, because then we can have more of a debate over like.
Yeah, you can say, this is definitely my top 5, and I'll be like, well, that's far from my top 5.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's more interesting. So that was the point, and we want to get you guys involved in more. And the first lot of questions that Dan came up with that we're going to be doing every week, each of us are going to take in turn. I'm going to get Dan to explain it, but like. I think that's going to get people, because everyone's going to have opinions a little bit more general. So I think that's kind of fun. Also, I want to give it up for Notion's background. Oh, look at that TMF right there. If you're listening to this, you definitely...
a round of applause.
Round of applause. Where is it? Round of applause.
Nice one. Yeah.
Woo!
Get that. Fuck a boom.
So we do it for our other podcast, the Beer Podcast, BAOS. Go follow us at BAOS Podcast everywhere. I've had a friend who's one of Quebec's... Actually, no, he's probably Quebec's leading Anglophone beer writer, and he's been co-hosting with me with just some people that are mutual friends to make it fun. And he takes these sick photos in his shadow box. So he's been using the photo of the brewery that we're talking to as his background for the podcast.
Very, very nice touch.
Yes, and I was trying to add myself, because I'm running it, and the way that this software, without getting too into it, this software pulls not my Skype, so I put the background, the logo of our podcast as my background, hoping it would pull it through, but it doesn't. So Notion were like, yo, what the fuck? You saw that, and you're like, yo, what did you do? And then we're like,
I was like, yo, whoa.
I don't know.
Special effects, like that production value, bro?
Yo, man, TMF.
To get some of that.
Budget, fam. Budget. Stepping it up. YouTube game.
Budget, Scott. Yeah,
right? I love it. Also,
my headphones keep disappearing.
Yeah.
This is fun. I like this.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's kind of cool, huh? And you can change up every week. I feel like the new game is going to be what's Notion's background going to be. Every week now you have to change it up.
Gonna be titties next week. Gonna spoiler alert.
Ooh. I don't know if we get taken down if we put titties, will we? Probably.
I'm just joking. I'll chuck it up for 2 seconds.
I guess as long as people don't report it.
We could just taunt with the YouTube privacy cunts and be
or
like,
you put
chuck some titties up. Nah, they're gone.
You can put
All right,
titties
mate, psych.
with the things over the nips. What do they call it? The tassels or some shit. Little stars.
Oh yeah,
Stars
just put some fucking electrical tape.
At the
mate.
same,
what are you talking about?
electrical tape. That's what Nicki Minaj style. But we don't want to alienate anybody either. So you know what? Maybe we'll figure it out. But either way, it's about to be zany. So with that said, you like that, huh?
Zany.
I love it.
Sean says Notion needs a green screen. Well, I guess Skype gave him a green screen.
I guess I got one, mate.
Yeah, you got one. Look at that.
Uncle
Magic
Shauno.
of the internet,
Look
man.
at
So, excuse me. I'm going to let Dan explain this first set of questions and this concept for, like, basically starting every episode with these, like, quick questions. I don't know if we really had a cool name for it yet.
We'll think.
Explain where you were inspired by to come up with this idea and sort of what the point of it was, just real quick, and then
So
get into it.
I during my spare time I watched quite a few podcasts, and this one particular one, essentially what they do is the host and the guest host ask each other questions, but not even ask questions. They just say a topic or ask a question, for example, and then the other person gives their opinion on it. So it could be anything from, like, you could just say the word sport, and then I could ask Craig that, and then he'd just say, give me his opinion.
Oh, that'll be funny.
And then, for example, I can tell. Like, you could say literally anything that is debatable. Like, I've got a bunch here, which are quite a few, like, more.
Like, every single person would basically
have an
opinion on this, pretty much.
Essentially.
It's more general to start it off, and then each week, all right, next week, no, you're up, and you can think of 5 questions, and maybe you'll have a theme or something.
Yeah.
Is that the point?
You can have a theme if you want, but you can literally it can go from speaking about food to speaking about what do you prefer to do at the cinema, for example. Like, it's just stuff. It could be anything.
It could be open-ended or closed. So it could be like pizza or lasagna, or it could be what's your favorite dish or something like that.
Or it could even just be pizza.
Oh,
what's your opinion?
Right, and you're like, what do you think? Oh, and then you can probably talk about how you rock it.
Just broad stroke it.
Yeah. That's
okay. So we need a name for the segment, I guess. As we go through it, maybe we'll come up with something dumb, and maybe whoever's
call it fucking. What do you reckon?
Yo,
what do you
Dahn. You're a legend. That's awesome. I love it that we come up. Yeah, it's perfect.
Wait.
WhatD'YaReckon.
What do you reckon? We'll make it one word because that's.
Totally.
Fuck English up.
Yeah, Aussies are wildin'. So done. I love it. We come up with the stupid names on the spot here and we keep them. Perfect. So that's it.
Made sense to me. There we go.
Oh, I love it. I fucking sneeze.
Okay,
so Dan, mate, I need to give you a noise from. Maybe we'll play a glockenspiel.
Go on.
What do you reckon? Oh, that's sick. Oh no, she couldn't hear that. So it's like a ding.
Here's the It's amazing.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
It's almost like
I can't wait to hear it in post when I mix it.
No, because we're actually going to have the real one this time, because this is you're recording from here, right? We're both recording separately, so it won't. So we're going to have to add in the effects.
Fuck's sake.
I know. All right, Dan.
All right,
let's run the questions.
Okay, go. Dan, let's go.
All right, let's do it. I'm going to leave this one till last. That one.
Okay. Oh yeah, I got a funny. No, she's gonna die when I fucking tell the story about this one, mate. It's embarrassing for me, not you, and I'm telling. It's okay. I don't mind telling.
I saw it, mate. I saw it.
Oh, you saw it. Okay, we're gonna do that one.
Oh yeah, bud.
We'll do that one last. Okay, so
sure.
I've been asking my friends a bunch of debate topics and stuff we usually go over. So, do you sleep with socks on or off?
Off. I hate sleeping with socks.
Off, dude. What are you talking about?
I am off as well.
Unless it's like honestly. For outside, you need to get kick-started into the sheets, and then you wear them for like 2 to 5 minutes, and then you fuck them right off. Only in the ball sack of winter would I do socks in bed.
Something. Yeah, like if your heaters.
Or if you
mash up.
Otherwise, hell no.
Yes.
I never, like, regardless. No. Like, obviously, I've only lived in a country which only goes to like -2. For example, but then it's like
take that as a tip, then Dan. That's a tip for me to you, buddy.
That's a tip.
I think you can try it.
That's $3.99.
Your bed's right next to the window.
That is true. I could try it, but then it's like every time I'm in bed, the first thing I want to do is take my socks off. Straight away.
It just feels like you need to.
It feels like
be
need
one
to
with
breathe.
the bed.
Like I can't have them on.
I heard. So I was last year or the year before. I can't remember. Yeah, last year. I had this like I was just getting sick all the time. I don't know what the fuck the problem. So I started trying to see doctors. I never bothered before, and I saw this like ear, nose, and throat guy to see if I had some sinus shit going on. And he yelled at me. It was probably like 0 -5.
Yelled at you,
dude. It was this old Arab guy, and I was wearing. Him, bro. Well, it was kind of hard because he was like the specialist, and he was like one of those
like a doctor.
Yeah, authoritative motherfuckers.
He'll sue you and shit. Yeah,
well,
all
probably.
That mumbo jumbo,
and he was
fucking
crazy. Bastards. And I was wearing a cap and not a beanie, and he fully yelled at me for not yelling, screaming, but as in like scolded me like I was a child for not wearing.
You had a fitted on, or was it a snapback? What do you had?
I don't wear fitteds, but snap. I had a hat, not a beanie. That's what I mean.
Boo.
So he was like,
right.
I was like, oh, okay, well, sure, fine, because he was like, you could be butt naked outside, and all that matters is you had shoes and the beanie on. So he's saying that all heat in your body is in your feet and your head. So hence why if you're in bed, I guess if you're trying to sweat, like say if you're trying to like
I guess
sweat
that bloke was just looking out for you, eh?
Yeah, no, he meant well, but it was just funny. It was the point being is that's how I learned for sure. Like I'd heard it before, but it was like in a practical situation where man's
trial and
like,
error, buddy.
That's it.
Way to go.
And it was like, so basically that's why if you're wearing the shit to bed, if you're wearing socks to bed, like you're just gonna be like, you'd be way too.
I didn't know about that. Like I've grown up with this whole theory. My mom told me that as long as your chest is covered, you'll be warm.
Okay.
Like she always used to say when I was younger.
Well, the core is important.
Yeah, of course. But like, I didn't think the head or feet would be more important because I remember like I'd wear a coat when I was younger, and she'd be like, make sure your chest is covered because otherwise you're gonna be freezing regardless of how many layers you're wearing. As long as the chest is at least a little bit exposed, you're fucked basically. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Personally.
That could be true too. Like it's hard to tell because then the cold getting into your chest and stuff like that.
True.
Like, you don't want to fuck with that. But it seems like as far as at least maintain, like that's probably a part of it. But maintaining your actual body temperature and stuff in the lower thing, beanie and like that's probably why big winter boots are lit when you're in the freezing. Big socks and big fucking winter boots outside. I guess you're about to find out.
Maybe
like. That's why that probably helps. So I don't know if anyone in the comments, how do y'all rock? Basically, you guys feel free to answer these questions as well. Like if you got any thoughts. I feel like that one's, I don't know if anyone actually...
It's question time for everybody.
Everybody. Yeah. No, it's not question time, Noosh. It's what do you reckon time.
It's what do you reckon time. I like it.
That was a good one. I feel like most people would not.
I feel like that's a given. If you were in like socks in bed, you're like a serial killer or something. That's like fucked.
Serial killer, or you have some sort of immune deficiency. And you're
couple dramas, eh?
True, couple dramas, yeah.
I like it. All right, run it.
This one. When you have cereal, which a lot of people probably don't, do you pour the milk first or do you pour the cereal first?
Well, cereal, but I haven't had cereal since I was like fucking a child. Actually, no, I used to probably.
But as if you would put the milk first, as if you're fucking backwards cunt if you do that, because as if you put like a bowl of milk, like because the thing is, you have to depends on what cereal you got. They all suck in the milk a different way, so you have to figure out the ratios. You can't dump the milk in first because how the fuck unless you're a seasoned vet and you know the bowl
and you know the cereal
how much to put in. You have to because it's hard. It's easier the other way, and you're a fucking genius if you can sort it out the backwards way, but. The normal answer, or my answer, and what you said, chuck the cereal in first, milk to taste, catch cunt.
That's it, because think about why you eat cereal. You eat the cereal for the actual carbs in the cereal itself. So that's why you're measuring how much of that you want, and you're putting the milk until you feel like that's enough to consume that. You're not consuming milk first. The milk is the conduit to make it cereal. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness, Craig.
It's like there's like a science shit.
That does make sense. Like I'm completely cereal.
Talk about the hard topics today, kids.
Right? Sean says cereal first. Right. People who put milk first are duffers. Fair point.
Duffers. That's
duffers. Well used. So you're
I'm cereal first, 100%. I have a friend who's actually milk first.
Oh, what's wrong with him?
He pours as much. He always knows.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He always knows how much milk he wants, and he heats it up first. And then he pours the cereal in. But that heating comment doesn't... I don't think that warrants it because I used to heat my cereal when I was a little kid, but I still put the cereal and the milk in the microwave when I was heating it.
So it depends if you want the room temperature cereal, depending on what kind it is, to go into the warm milk. Because if you maybe a cereal doesn't like, maybe like heating up the cereal might fuck up the game.
Yeah, that could be, but surely that means you're putting it in for like 2 minutes or something, and you're literally cooking the cereal. Like,
yeah,
that sounds like.
I don't remember having any
Warm your
problems.
cereal up.
I feel like wouldn't you
up?
put your well? That's a good point, but then wouldn't if you wanted it hot, then make fucking oatmeal or some shit. But say if you had to have warm milk, then put the milk in a receptacle, put it on the stove because microwaves are evil. I don't know why you shouldn't have microwaves.
Mm-hmm.
Put them bits on the stove, warm that shit up, and then pour that shit on the fucking cereal. Bum bum bum. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not just sitting there drinking milk. Everyone's commenting on this one. Tiff says cereal first, of course. There's a science to this shit. She knows. Bruce Morris, what up, Bruce? You bloody legend. He said cereal first always. Tiff says Bruce knows. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Tiff. And then La Janice says something weird. Binod. I don't know if this is someone's friend.
Binod.
Okay.
I feel like that might be troll there. And say hi to Julie. Yes, that's Tiff. So yes, anyone that's rocking
Mid-Julie.
Rocking. That's Bruce's whack. Bruce is a triple OG, mate.
Triple OG.
Sweet as.
Yeah, man. It's I like that. Anyone having milk first, log off.
Crazy.
Just log off.
It's
Oh,
crazy.
Short is saying chocolate milk with any cereal is dope AF, probably because I love chocolate milk. That's probably not bad. I bet Josh Telford knows that.
Interesting. I never usually have chocolate milk.
No, I never had chocolate milk. I like it in a Tim Hortons ice cap if you're forced to go to Tim Hortons. Fucking Tim Hortons, trash ass.
Okay.
All right, Dad.
We could...
Cereal first as well. Everyone's saying cereal first.
Cereal first, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, true.
Topping.
We're gonna... There's another food-related one, but we're gonna go off the food one.
Off the food, alright.
We'll save that one till after.
Okay.
So this is probably gonna be a much longer debate, because you guys are proper music heads, so...
Okay.
I'm going for bar. Are you going to like win a rap battle, for example? Biggie Smalls or Tupac?
I feel like I've...
Bar for bar.
Yeah, I've
Definitely
thought about this before.
Definitely
You go first. Okay, talk it through. Do you think Tupac? So forget like
Is it
battle.
more
Go
complex?
about like who's a better... Are we saying who's a better lyricist, who makes better songs, who's a better MC, or do you think just bar for bar? So that's probably
Just
lyricism.
bar for bar. We can go
Like
on
who
to who
raps.
makes better songs after.
Okay.
Because I have the complete contrast in terms of who makes the better music, but who would win bar for bar. But yeah, you can go on to the bar for bar first, I'd say.
Okay, Nosh, you go. I have some good thoughts on this. Wow.
Tupac's more of a complex MC, and he had more to say, and he made more songs, and he's just more evolved as an MC. Biggie had very straightforward, not nursery rhymes, but they were mad simple, but they were amazing. That's what made him sick. But when you put them next to each other, like Biggie had like more like, you know, party raps and everything, but then things that would make cunts laugh. But then Park had more complex stuff that would, I don't know, it doesn't. It's not. There's no contest for me. Park for sure.
Okay. A couple folks commenting before I get into it. Okay, Sean is saying Tim Hortons is lit. Guess you don't have any hood ones near you. Bro, Tim Hortons is not lit. It's really not. I'm so passionate about that. Tim Hortons is the most garbage of garbage. If you're talking about their donuts, the donuts are fine. Like, they're not great. They're not shit.
Everything bagel.
They're fine.
Like
Bagel.
double toasted with butter.
It's a bagel with the cream cheese. Exactly.
Some cream cheese.
Can't go wrong almost anywhere, right? But their coffee, that's a strong, hard no, and I can go into that another time. That maybe might be my question.
McDonald's coffee is better because they bought Timmy's old coffee. Timmy's switched it up.
Did they?
Word on the street.
Okay.
Yeah. McDonald's has Timmy's old roast, which everyone loved, and then they changed it because all the Yanks bought Timmy's.
Yes.
And they changed the menus and changed all of the shit. And then McDonald's bought the loved Tim Hortons roast. That's why people go to McDonald's, because McDonald's has the fire beans, or the old Timmy's beans, which is what Canadians grew up on, which is why McDonald's fucking slay, especially when they make that $1 fucking coffee sale thing during the summer or whatever the fuck. So yeah, anyway, that's their little insight for Timmy's and McDonald's coffee knowledge.
Interesting. I don't know about McDonald's slaying, but it is passable at best.
Yeah, they make a lot of money. $1 coffees, cunts line up for.
I know they do, but people haven't had real coffee. That's all. I'm more passionate about coffee than beer. No, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just saying, like, it's not even worth a conversation.
It's all poops.
Yeah, I get too passionate. I'll get heated.
Do it.
La Jana says Tupac. Sean says Biggie would probably win bar for bar. IMO. Bruce says Biggie made me bounce. Tupac made me think. Interesting. I like that.
That is true.
Sean says I enjoy Biggie songs over Tupac.
Yeah.
Sean says I enjoy Biggie songs over Tupac's, but I'll listen to both. Tiff says I appreciate your takes often, sir, but I will have to vehemently decline that Timmy statement. Thank you, but I'm not going to go into that any further because that's going to be a whole podcast. So he's like, McDonald's near me isn't that dope. They don't know how to make good coffee well to my liking. Okay, last we're going to say, McDonald's and Tim Hortons do not know how to make coffee. Support your local independent third wave cafe, please. It is literally night and day. It's like drinking Coors Light. Your guys are trying to argue about whether Coors Light's better than Budweiser. It's all fucking trash. I'm talking real artisanal, single origin fucking coffee, bro. Like I can't. I'm not even entertaining that fuckery on this podcast. Preach notional McDonald's Christopher Rocha. Okay, we're not talking. No, okay. I'm move on. So, okay, hang on.
How has this happened?
All right.
How has this happened?
I can't. Don't get me started. I start to get sweaty because I'm actually mad. Like, no, don't.
You
can't go there.
Take a layer
off. People aren't ready for these fucking guns, bro.
Guns, put the gloves on, B.
Tiff says we'll be starting a coffee podcast soon. Actually, that's my next one. If I'm starting another podcast,
oh my god, you're fully sure.
All right, Biggie and Pac. Sir, I thought about this a lot. If I had to choose, who's a better lyricist. Biggie Smalls is a better lyricist overall, for sure, because if you listen to the bars, I actually completely disagree with what you said, Nosh. You said that Biggie was simple, Pac was more complex. It's the other way around. Pac was actually quite a simple MC. He spent very little time on what he was doing, but Bruce was right as the Biggie made you party, Pac made you think. Big didn't really do that type of stuff. He was a much more lyrical rapper, as they say. Biggie only had, if you think about it, he had Ready to Die, The Life After Death, which is a double album. He wrote the whole Junior Mafia album. He wrote Kim's Hardcore, and I guess he did the Born Again, whatever the fuck they did posthumously. But that's all he had. Pac had like 6 or 7 solo albums, plus the fucking 8,000 posthumous shit. Because if you see the interviews with like Snoop and stuff like that, they go into detail about how he was working like a madman. Like he knew he was going to die. So he actually was rushing through the songs. If you didn't write your shit in 15 minutes, you're off the song. They were just like, done, more, next, pull up a beat, never even heard it before, pull up a beat, boom, write it, over, record. So actually, Pac had way more to say. He was a much more charismatic individual. I think the world is a much worse off place for him not being here. I feel like he is somebody, he was like a prophet of our generation. He would have been somebody that would have had a lot to say about the world and the state of the world and stuff. But as far as bar for bar, Biggie is a technically superior rapper, but I much more enjoy Tupac songs, like any day. And people get used to mad. People keep saying Biggie's the GOAT, and I don't think he's even should be in the conversation because he didn't contribute enough to show. I think part of we talked about this last week about what makes a classic, and part of that is the GOAT conversation, and part of what makes someone the greatest is their longevity over time. So someone like Jay-Z, Nas, you could talk about Eminem, you could talk about whoever, Ice Cube if you want, Rakim, or whatever. Like there's people in that conversation. I feel like Biggie didn't have enough time. His career was cut way too short, but Tupac did more in less time. So that would probably be what I would say on that matter. Do you have your thoughts?
Yeah, I've kind of...
this is fun not agreeing for once.
I agree with you, to be honest. I agree with Craig.
Yeah, fuck.
No, it's just great. It's good to have different perspectives. This is fun. Because we always just agree on everything because we're all like into the same shit. So this is dope.
Yeah. But no, this is one thing I definitely agree with you on because I've grown up with the whole idea that Tupac has always made better songs, but Biggie is a better lyricist. Yeah. And they... I'm pretty sure both... I don't know, does Tupac have a movie? I know Biggie Smalls had a dedicated movie, 100%.
Yeah, they did a biopic.
I'm not even sure if I remember the Tupac one, but
I remember I heard it was bad.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. But the Biggie Smalls one was about how he was the street rapper and how he used to do freestyles in the street. And I always grew up knowing he was a sick lyricist. Right. I always knew that, but I knew Tupac had amazing songs. But even when you listen to the lyrics, you can tell that it's not necessarily about going bar for bar. It's about like spreading a message.
Correct.
Whereas Biggie Smalls, he shows every song that he is a sick rapper. Like I still stand with the notion that like Tupac definitely makes 100% better songs, but Biggie Smalls I think would spin him bar for bar.
For sure.
For sure, like 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
that's my
love
stance.
it. No, I think there's a couple more comments on that. Bruce says, I want C to show us how to make a real coffee. I will, and how you make it is not with Tim Hortons and McDonald's beans or Starbucks. Tiff says, Biggie's better all around. Tupac's had more substance. Agreed. Exactly what Bruce said earlier about that. But even if, I mean, Big, I don't want to discount Big songs either. Like, there's some classics. He's got some fucking classics. Like, you know, even like you look at Big Papa, it's brilliant. And Warning is one of the best shits ever. That, you know, first album is incredible. So it's just Tupac, I think, had more to say, and that made him a more impactful human being.
Yeah.
Like, I bet he was one of those people that walked in a room and everyone's just looking at him type of shit, you know?
Makes sense.
Love him. That's a good one. It's a classic, but a good one. All right, let's go.
Right.
Next one.
We can go back onto the
food
sort of related.
This
is more of a simple one. I don't know how a lot of people think about this, but orange juice with or without bits?
Oh, the pulp?
The pulp.
Gotta have the bits.
100% gotta have the bits. 100%.
As a kid, I fucking detested it.
Same.
But
I
now
hated
I
it.
bangs with it.
I love it so much now. But it's like orange juice is genuinely whack if you don't have it with pulp.
It just tastes like fake.
It tastes fake, 100%
Yeah.
fake. But then I just remember when I was younger, and like, because my dad, he would definitely like bangs with the pulp. But then I would be like, me and my brother, like me and Brad, we'd always be like, this
That's
is
hilarious.
horrible.
You have a brother called Brad.
Yeah.
And your dad bangs with the pulp. Wow.
This is crazy.
This is why.
But it was weird because me and Brad used to always hate it. We'd always just leave it in the fridge. Like, we'd just never, ever have it. But then, like, now I'm older, it's like, if you have to have the bits, otherwise it's dead. Like, it's basically dead.
So y'all call it the bits? Is that like more what it is?
It's even called, like, if you go to a shop, it's called oranges with bits. Wait, is it
It's
not?
just with pulp.
Is it actually just says with
What does it
pulp?
say in Australia? No, it's just a pulp?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pulp, but not bits, right?
it's pulp. No, it's pulp.
That's why, because you said bits, I thought you just couldn't think
Bits?
of the word. Yeah.
Oh, like, see, like, you guys still have Tropicana and everything.
It says
here,
bits
right?
on the label.
Yeah. Our Tropicana will say orange juice with bits.
Flipping wild.
Yeah, like, no, it doesn't say with. It probably has the pulp in the description, but it's like it just says,
with bits.
on the front.
That's actually really funny.
I thought that's what it was just called.
No, like, do we have Tropicana in Australia? Do you remember that?
I think so.
You have Innocent?
Yeah. Do we have what?
Innocent?
No.
Innocent is like Tropicana and Innocent are like the
main
the
joints?
bougiest ones in England.
Okay.
So you're spending like £6 on like quite a big thing. It's like
Okay.
£6 not worth it, but
I respect
it's
that. I mean, as far
seriously
as store-bought juices is what you're talking about.
oh
as
yeah,
opposed
it's
to
not
going to,
store
like,
bought. It's like
the juice.
it's real good.
Okay. I bang that. Tiff is saying kombucha for life. Yeah, I haven't drank juice in years. We do booch every day.
Which is alright.
And Tiff says, used to hate the pulp as a kid. Yes, the booch is lit when you, like, the actual flavor profile. I met this dude one time who's a beer guy, and someone introduced me to him, like, yo, my friend made an award-winning kombucha in this homebrew competition. And he like hit me, he's like, yeah, you want a bottle? I'm like, yeah, all right. So I met the guy, and he gave me the bottle, and it was fire. It tasted like a sour beer. Like, if kombucha's done right, the way the commercial ones, like, they're not great. Like, some of them are good. GT's is pretty good and stuff like that, but the actual, like, if you have, like, I know that was the first and only time I've ever had a craft, I guess, homemade kombucha with, like, whatever the fuck you put. I don't know what they do. They usually put teas and stuff in there to flavor it up. Maybe they put juice, like actual raspberry juice or something. I don't know. But it was insane. Like, it's fire. We usually have it with a little bit of... You right there, mate?
Yeah, mate. Slowly dying.
It's actually funnier because now, as soon as you move out the screen, you just completely disappear. I'm like, oh, is he okay?
That's weird.
Right? Tiff says, bits feels like it could be anything. That's true, actually. Bits could literally be anything. It's hilarious. Yeah, but no, we bangs with pulp. Pulp all day. Bam, bam. Oh, this is the fun one now, Dan.
This is it. Okay, we'll get a bit off topic.
This is pretty random, but and I don't know if people actually want to admit what they do, but like, I'm gonna admit some dumb shit and then
I'm gonna say it straight.
Yeah, straight up.
So after you poop, do you wipe stood up or sat down? Because to me this is a no-brainer, but I'll let you guys discuss your things.
No,
It's a sit down thing, buddy.
Okay.
I agree. It's 100% sit down. It doesn't make sense logically to stand up,
Right.
like at all.
So
Like, ergonomically.
yeah.
Completely.
So I think when we first moved here, so probably 10 years ago, I don't even remember how this started. So we were like Christmas shopping or something in Kensington,
Fairview or Eaton Centre.
It was Kensington Market.
Kenzo, fucking.
And there was this like gift store. Yes, Kenzo? I remember it vividly because of this.
This is fucked. Okay, cool.
It was like I guess I had a coffee or something and needed a shit. So
It happens.
It happens.
That's what the coffee do though.
Well, that was
instantly.
I got to be honest. At the time, I was Tim Hortons. I didn't know good coffee. I learned about good coffee, good coffee and good beer.
After your rant before,
it was 10 years ago, bro. I learned about it like 5 years ago.
I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Back the truck up, fam.
Yeah,
Back the truck up, fam.
So I learned and I know better now. So I had to go shit. So we were at some store that had a bathroom. So I went up and it was like a bathroom where the tops of the stalls weren't like mad high. They were pretty short. So I was in there and I took a shit, and then I at the time I stood up to wipe my ass. Why? I don't know. I didn't. Don't know. I don't even remember when it started, how it started. Did I ever wipe sitting down, or did I always? I don't remember because it's something that you don't think about. You just do it. And then I stood up, and I think you saw me over the top because I could see over. You were taking a piss
on the wall.
Keep going, because you remember this better.
As I was walking out, there's the thing, and you wash your hands, and I looked to the side, and I saw your fucking head. I'm like, and then I heard the paper. I was like, "Yo, are you wiping your ass, bro?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, standing up. What did I say? Like,
I don't remember, but this is better. You got a better memory.
I think I said, "I'm like, yo, you're standing up."
Like, why don't you sit down? I was like, "What do you mean? Like, how do you do it sitting down?"
Why don't you sit down? I'm like,
I'm like, how,
easier, man?
I think you were like, you just cocked your leg a little bit.
Fucking, yeah. Oh yeah, lift the leg up. Send it back there.
And I was like, fuck.
Front to back. Front to back.
Hey. I was like, what is he on about? This is ridiculous. And then I think
did I just like give you did I explode like multiple light bulbs in your head at that time?
Badly. And do you know why? I always stood up and I always wonder why you get like, you know, it wasn't, without going into too much detail, it wasn't the easiest to clean up, if you know what I'm saying.
I mean, you know, you get the job done, but it takes a couple extra seconds.
Yeah, because you gotta, you know, sometimes it's explores.
It's a nug fest.
Yeah, and you know, you're sitting down, and then all of a sudden, those cheeks are closing against each other, where the poop resides.
Goodness me.
That's what doesn't make sense
really
to me.
Changed direction, didn't it?
That's what doesn't make
hip hop
sense
anymore.
Surely, if you stand up, your cheeks just close. How the fuck can you wipe when your cheeks are
you can
sharp?
get through. It's not like they're a locked door, but it's like
it's not a locked door.
We lost a bunch of viewers. I think this one fucked people up. They're talking about shit. I'm out of here.
Distasteful.
Yeah, poor taste. So yes, that's why I learned. So yes, it's definitely a sit down thing. It's not meant for it, but it also wasn't obvious. But
I'm gonna buy you a tushy for Christmas, dude.
I almost bought one, but I wanted the one with warm
with the temperature control, as if you wouldn't get one.
Right, but I don't.
Does your dunny support the change? Can
yes,
you get the one that has.
But I have to
then fucking get it.
Wait, let me talk, cunt. You have to drill a hole in the thing under the sink. Because you have to plug it into the wall, it said.
To the sink hot water.
So the sink hot water, and the hot water is not where the toilet is, it's under the sink. So in order to do that, I don't have a sink with nothing under it, I have a cupboard. So you have to drill a hole and do it. I'm in a rental place, I don't know if I could just drill a hole in the thing.
Just put your fish through it, mate. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, fair enough.
I neglected to
I guess I'll have to get the cold one and just have a freezing arsehole.
I decided I closed the tab. I was like, I'm not going to cop it because I don't want the cold one.
You know what? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you know.
Well, that's a good, sensible choice.
Rochelle says, any of you tried a poop stool? Yes, it's called a squatty potty. I have one. It's the best thing ever.
I've never tried one.
No,
I've never even seen one until...
You just put your feet on to get your fucking knees up to the sky?
Yeah, it's a rounded, it's sort of like a square thing with like a semicircle cut into it. You pull it up, because like the way my bathroom is, I have to move it out. Like it's annoying if it's there all the time. But if you had like more space, you could get one that like kind of disappears and you don't need to. So I basically like you just pull it up and you just cock your fucking legs up, mate, and you just
fucking send it home.
Yeah, it's a beauty thing.
Hold on and fucking scream.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I would highly recommend. They're not the cheap ones are like they're like $20-$30. It's pretty good.
I'd never even heard of them until someone sent me a Twitter video about how to
like
poop.
A bunch of years ago at a mate's house. I was like, "Oh, what's this little stool for?" I thought it was for like their little kid to see themselves in the mirror or wash their hands or reach the sink or something. I'm like, no, you just put your feet on it when you take a shit. I'm like, oh, because then and then it sparked a memory from when I was like fucking 13, 14, 13, 14 in the Army Cadets, and they tell you that shit when you go take a shit in the woods. You sit like that and the fucking
squat.
She comes.
Yeah, because apparently that's the way that, like, when you sit,
that's the way she goes.
Your colon is
ergonomic way to
squished.
Shit.
Yeah, well, that's what, like how people
just
started
get it out of
doing
you, mate. Nice and sweet.
Yeah. All right, boom. That's what do you reckon?
That's what do you reckon?
Poop talk.
First episode, Poop Talk.
That's a big way to enter the.
Big way.
It's a big way to enter.
We got a couple viewers back again off that, so I feel like we made
a couple
up for
back.
It.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, sorry guys for the
no
Poop
more
Talk.
Poop Talk.
So that's good. So we do that every session. Who wants to do next week's one? Do you want to do next week, Nosh? You can write the questions.
Oh, I guess so. Eh?
Yeah. Boom. It's an honor to do it, you fuckhead. Sorry for you.
I'm gonna fucking do it, dickhead.
All right, sweet.
It's gonna be sweet.
Nice. So that'd be dope. That was fun. I like that. It's a good way to sort of loosen up a bit. So I don't know if you want to touch on the American election. I want to shout out all our American friends. I feel like it's pretty obvious that
they've been through a lot.
They have. A lot of people seem genuinely traumatized by this motherfucker over the last 4 years. It's crazy. He's actually a fascist dictator. If you really want to look at, there's a podcast I've talked about before. If you actually look into it, like, you can't debate that what he's doing is not the best thing. I really felt like I've seen so many people say that, like, they were like, I didn't know I could feel this good, or like, fuck the cause of most, like, you know, the dude, his name's Kumail. I forgot his last name. He was from the TV show Silicon Valley. He was a lead with Issa Rae in a song, in a movie called The Photographer recently that was great. He's super funny, but I follow him on Twitter, and he's like always talking about. He's like, I didn't know, like, I could feel this good, like, the happiness is coming in waves, like, it's unbelievable. I just didn't know I was that depressed or that. I saw this other girl, Crystals, who has a podcast called The Read that Tiff listens to, and she said, like, I didn't realize, but most of my depression over the last 4 years was because of this motherfucker. Like, it actually fucked people up. All of my American friends, a lot of even our clients were posting, like, stories of them crying. Like, imagine crying because Justin Trudeau came in or something like that, or someone got kicked out. Like, how bad a lot of people's lives were, that they're physically and emotionally, like affected by it all. Like, it's genuinely wild.
Distraught and overwhelmed and everything. Jesus Christ.
It's insane. Oh, thank you. Nanjiani. That's the one. Kumail Nanjiani is his name. He's a G. I definitely recommend following him on Twitter. You know him. He's the funny motherfucker. He's fantastic. But the best shit, I think, that sums it up, and this is like how I felt immediately. I remember scrolling through my Twitter feed and seeing, like, some fuckwit, like Tomi Lahren or whatever, someone retweeted her yelling at her, and she said something like, stolen election, disgusting, or something. And normally I'd always tap on these right-wing fuckheads just to see what other people are saying. I don't engage. I just look at it really briefly. And for the first time, I just went, scroll. I'm like, you deserve no attention. Go on, bye. And I saw this video, it went kind of viral. It was a news anchor. And he was live from probably outside, somewhere where there was probably parties and shit because everywhere was celebrating. And this dude comes up behind him wearing, like, a Trump actual, like, face mask, saying, you fake news or real news? And he was like, he turns around, he's like, fuck off. And I was like, that's he's like, and that is the most beautiful thing to me. I bet that is so therapeutic to be able to say to these fucking, like, mentally deficient psychopaths who bought into this cult of Trump, like, you don't get any more airtime now. You're done. All you right-wing fucks, it's over. Like, no. And there are some conservatives who are sensible and who probably did vote, like, for liberals and stuff, who aren't not all Republicans or all conservatives are like that, but the ones that are, like, the world is done with you, fam. Like, we're over. Like, because I know we're not American in America, we're not Americans, but this election affected all of us here in Canada more than anyone, because we share I think it's the world's largest unmilitarized border here with them. And it was always, I hated going through the borders to go to the States because I always saw the creepy ass picture of him there. And it was always like, it just gave me.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's gross. Yeah, I guess you haven't been, but it made me feel sick every time going through. And it's like right in the office. And because I'm an immigrant piece of shit, I always have to go and get the form signed and stuff. Until I get citizenship, I have to keep going into the office every 3 months or whatever to renew it. So, yeah, man, it was just like, it's so nice to see. It's just like, nah, man, no one's having that no more. It's over, and they stopped a actual dictatorship that would have actually, because America, like, it's important for the whole world. They have so much power. So for this dickhead to ruin international relations for them, like, hopefully all the different things. He's the reason they put up the tariffs on aluminium cans, which fucked the beer industry. And then Trudeau was like, oh, I had to add these tariffs to the dairy industry just to fuck you back, so that you guys are buying our milk and we're buying your aluminium. Like, there was like just dumb shit like that when it was never like that. So it's probably one of the greatest things to happen in a very, very, very terrible year. So shouts to y'all. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts or comments or anything.
Need to fucking drink, mate. The whole state's need to fucking charge one up.
I think they did. I don't know if you saw the parties. Literally, like every major city.
There's a bunch of states that legalize weed too, and a couple of states that legalize psilocybin for medicinal, like mental.
Yeah, I saw some shit like that. That's great. I saw the weed. I didn't see the.
Isn't that great? Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, High Times and a bunch of other things I follow were posting about it. So there's a bunch of good news on top of that too. So yeah, everyone's puffing good legally.
Probably did it kick in immediately, or they've just been legalized and they have a date?
I think it was immediate. Like the ones that they were saying congratulations to the ones that had
Did you check Arizona marijuana legalization? Because my friend Phil, I texted all my American friends just to be like, I'm happy for you guys. And my friend Phil in Arizona, that's all of our podcast logos and stuff. That was the thing he told me. He was like, yo, they legalized weed. So I think initially it's kind of more like...
it will become legal November 30th.
There you go. But I asked him if they're going to have like stores and stuff like that. But I bet you it's like Vermont. Vermont doesn't have stores, it's just legal. But I'm like, so how are you supposed to get it? So it's illegal to purchase it from the black market, from a dealer. But if you get found with it, you're good. So I don't know if it's decriminalized or legalized. If it's legalized, that would probably suggest they could have stores and dispensaries like Colorado or whatever.
Yeah, I guess there was like a bunch of mixed news.
Every
like
state.
some were getting, decriminalized, some were getting legalized.
It's a great step forward, though.
There was a bunch of great steps forward.
Yeah, man. I think they needed it. I'm really happy for the states overall because, they've had a rough time. Hopefully, obviously nothing's going to be fixed overnight. It's not like, having these dudes, and also the Republicans are still in for another couple months. So it's not like things are going to be fixed. There's a lot of shit they have to deal with and have to do. But hopefully they'll be leading with, respectability and decorum and actual real strategy, and not like, it's a whole thing. I've been listening to this podcast I've talked about before called Gaslit Nation. They just talk about it all the time, and like, the amount of like how Trump has more personal debt than anybody in the world has ever had. It's like $500 million personal debt, all by the Russian bank called the Deutsche Bank, which is Russian controlled or mafia controlled. They also funded the Nazis, and they were the only bank in the world who would give him money because he has terrible credit because he's a fake billionaire and he keeps fucking everything up. So can you imagine that the bank who's controlled by the Nazis have you by the balls and have like literally, and that's why they always saying the Russians are coming in and fucking with the elections because he can get them in. That's why he's stacking the courts and putting all these psycho conservatives in that will fuck up. They'll try and repeal abortion. They'll try and like do all this bullshit that they've been trying to regress. We're trying to go back to the 40s or whatever because it's in Russia.
What a puppet.
Such a puppet. It's
extreme puppet.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Insane. Like
it's crazy. Everybody around him's been arrested and everything. Like it's just crazy. So you really look into it. You can't deny it. If you're a Trump supporter, like fam, look into it, and like you don't think about why you're supporting him. Like most people, you can't question them on it. They won't even have an answer for you. Like, he's good for America. Like you don't know shit. You don't know. Like it's like I'm not saying I'm the fucking expert, but I'm listening to these people who are like scholars. They're not like just journalists or whatever, like these people have been there and they're talking about it, and it's just so wild. I learn shit every day, and it's like I don't know why they'd want to be involved in even talking about this stuff all the time. It's just stressful. It's interesting to listen to though. So shouts to America.
Stressful in general.
Politics is mad stressful. Yeah, it's not the funnest thing, but I guess we have to pay attention to a degree because whatever, we don't have to go 2 balls deep and lose sleep over it and such. So that's pretty dope.
Thank fuck.
Another topic that
Give that a round of applause.
Yeah, let's get a round of applause. Round of applause for America. Here we go. Round of applause, America.
Yeah. Go America.
America.
Everyone's all right.
So another thing that we had this topic from a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if there's anything like these are just topics to talk about, but I don't know if we had like any culture news or anything, or should we do this one and then go into culture news?
I have more actual world news, but I don't know how. I don't know. It's about COVID. That apparently there's been a vaccine which has been tested on thousands of people. I believe in Germany, and it's had a 90% recovery rate or something. And apparently they expected it to be between 60 and 70% like recovery rate, but it's like exceeded expectations. And apparently this is like a really, really, really big push into the actual vaccine being released and shit.
Interesting.
But obviously, if you want to take the vaccine, that's up to you. But yeah, so apparently
is it going to stop the spread? Like, what's that going to do?
I'm reading here. Let's see what it says here. It just shows that COVID-19 can be controlled. I believe it does prevent the spread. I'm checking there. Yeah, I believe it does. Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting, though.
Well, I guess that's a good start.
It's a good start, anyway.
If that's going to help things, whatever fixes shit and gets under control, man. Particularly for the States, man. They got a lot of work to catch up on.
Yeah, they've got a lot of work.
I haven't heard from this gentleman in a long time. I was thinking about you the other day, fam. It's amazing you have it all right, and you're not even from the US. Amazing, fellas. DJ Grain in the building.
Oh shit!
I know. What up, son? I don't know why I thought about you like yesterday, fam.
DJ Grain.
DJ Grain was a good friend of ours in Atlanta. We worked with him heavy before we left Australia, probably from 2008 onwards. And him and Notion came up with our Valentine's Day mixtape concept in 2008 when we were all in Atlanta. And then we ran with that.
We're having barbecue at that biker bar. We're having bison burgers.
Oh, in Little 5 Points. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we're having some beers and just.
I thought it was in the
some
car.
Amber beer and bison burgers.
That shit was lit. And came up with that idea. Lit. And we ran. We're doing it to this day. It's been 12. This will be episode. This will be like.
Shout to.
Yeah.
Grain.
Shouts to Grain. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're living out there and staying safe, dude. Man. Shit.
Big love.
Yeah, for real. Did you find more information, or is that...
It says it stops the infection rate. 90%.
Stops the infection rate.
Yeah, well...
So what is that? If you get it before you get... If you take the vaccine before you get COVID, what does it do?
Essentially prevents 90% of infection.
Of the actual... Okay, so it makes you safer from getting...
Safer, yeah. In terms of, like... I guess it's like... You see how people just have better immune system than others?
Right.
I guess it essentially boosts yours some way in a way that...
shit in there
that will fight it, essentially. So
it stops the infection rate. So yes, you can get it, but
you can get it, but it's very unlikely. Very unlikely. It says it's the most encouraging scientific advance so far in the battle against coronavirus. So
shit.
So yeah, it's interesting. Like I've seen Bloomberg reported it, a bunch of other
people.
Yeah,
I hope it's true then, because sometimes these shits are a little.
I've seen
boost, if you know what I mean.
100%.
All right.
But yeah,
fuck man. That's interesting for sure.
It is very interesting.
Is there any culture news before we do this last topic and then we can do the music stuff?
Nate Dogg's son has responded to Snoop Dogg saying that Nate Dogg is like Ty Dolla $ign. They say, well, Ty Dolla $ign is Nate Dogg reincarnated. And apparently he didn't react very well to it.
No?
I'm trying to find the actual thing.
The reincarnation isn't a completely silly word to use. But that's the
wrong word to use.
100% the wrong word. I guess it's cool because Ty is like the hook man. He's the hook man of this decade. How long he's been active?
Is it like Ty Dolla $ign's more like T-Pain than fucking Nate Dogg? Come on,
There you go.
Don't even talk.
Yeah,
Nate Dogg's sick, dude.
The god, like,
and he didn't even use he maybe got some pitch correction in some very subtle ways, but not didn't have any auto-tune.
Yes. Does Ty use a little auto-tune? I think he used to back in the day, but I feel like now...
I think he's toned it down a bit now, but
yeah.
He definitely did.
I hated him back in the day. One of my friends actually told me, Cam, he always, he pulled the receipts. he asked, he goes, "You hear the Ty Dolla $ign album?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I fucking love it. I've been bumping it a bunch." And he's like, "Fuck, I remember you told me that you thought it was trash. You're at your barber, and you said the barber played and you hated it." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, you pull it, and he's like, let me check." And he pulled up the receipts, and I said that. And I was like, wow. Well then.
Love that. That's a great pull up the receipts.
That was... and I was like, "I respect your pettiness, bro." He's like, "No, I'm not being petty. I just want to show you that I was, no, it's okay. I'm a petty motherfucker. Like, I respect that."
I was going to say, you did the same thing with the records, because things just... Records sit around.
They sit around, bro. You got to pull out the receipts on that sometimes, you know? Yeah, that shit is funny as fuck.
You got emails, like, you got conversations, like things are documented. You can't.
You got to be careful. Everything.
If things are there, I mean, mans can check.
100%.
I hate on the cunt for checking.
And I was like, and you're also allowed to change your mind. And also, I bet if we listen back to 2015,
you're also definitely allowed to change your mind. Point.
And I said to him as well at the time. This is 20. It was the.
I used to hate Ty Dolla $ign. Dude.
Yeah, bro. This was around the time.
Big in like Australia, and he come to Sydney only and shit like that. Come to do all those like little whack R&B shows.
No, you're thinking of like another 10 years before that. He probably has only been around in the 2010s when we went in Australia. I don't know if you think.
No, it's the thing. I was people that went to shows and it's just like it looks whack.
Oh, when you saw them in Australia.
Footage of when he was touring it. Like,
I
see. He was bigger in Australia than he was in the States and stuff like that at one point.
Okay, he could have been earlier on. It was at the time
like that,
when like we were at our peak. I hate trap or I hate turn up music type of shit. Now it's like I'm cool with it, but at the time I was like talking about it online how much I hate it, and now it's everywhere. And like it's a different time. But that's I can see why he wouldn't have been too happy. Did he say something? Or?
Yeah, he made a whole Insta story. He said Ty Dolla $ign's cold AF. I like his sound. It was cool to compare him to my pops before y'all knew about me. Coach Snoop can say what he want because he's the king, but he's gonna see me. I can disagree because that's my daddy. Weird to fucking say. Yeah. I can prove the disagreement and still come correct.
Okay.
For the man in the back that don't got the voice like this, shut your old asses up. He just seems very pissed. I don't really get why he's so pissed.
I guess reincarnation is a strong word to use, and if
word.
Your dad's passed away, and you're basically saying that now obviously Ty was alive. I think Nate Dogg died in 2011 or something. So like obviously he was alive during that time. So like reincarnation was a poor choice of words, but I don't think that's what Snoop meant. He's not a fucking idiot. It's not like you can probably chill out. I guess it was more like, hey, here's an opportunity to get some attention publicly, and now Complex has written about him for free.
Yeah,
Man didn't even have a publicist. Fuck, that's hilarious. Any other culture news before we do this last topic? I can't remember anything crazy happened in the last week.
Yeah,
the verses. We'll talk about
yes,
potential verses coming up.
Yeah,
T.I. Quest versus OutKast.
We didn't talk about that. I think they only came out in the last like week that they were in discussions for it. What do you guys think of that?
On Friday, I saw the thing on Hip Hop DX saying that Swiss was talking to some dude on IG Live, whatever. Yeah, so Tribe Called Quest and OutKast. That's a crazy matchup, dude.
What do you think? Is it a fit? Is it a bit off? Like, what's your thoughts? I got some thoughts.
I don't know. It doesn't feel right initially, but like it could work. It depends. Like they both got slappers, but they're both completely different types or subgenres of hip hop. They're both mad different.
I agree.
Right?
I agree 100%. Tribe and look, think of it like this, right? Like all the ones that they compared were very similar. T-Pain and they did T-Pain and Lil Jon. I believe T-Pain's from Atlanta as well, but like it's all same type of music. T.I. and Jeezy, Atlanta dudes, trap music, drug music.
Gods. Yeah.
Very similar. Patti LaBelle and fucking Gladys Knight. Soul, exactly. Like Motown.
Legend.
You see the point, right? Brandy and Monica, R&B around the same time. Now, Tribe was a few, like Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music was 94. Tribe's first album was the, I think it was...
Soul and funk-based boom bap shit versus psychedelic fucking...
There you go, yeah.
Funky South shit. Like, can't even, like...
Describe it, right? Like New York boom, like you said, New York boom bap is very drum. Like Can I Kick It and they got bass lines and drums is mostly what their shit was known for. And then you've got like exactly you said this funky like almost like the Atlanta version of P-Funk, the Dre did type of thing. Like like a real, there was still rapidy rap on the first album, was very rapidy rap. And then as they went to ATLians, it got more spacey and experimental, blah, blah, blah. They tried...
Yeah, definitely more psychedelic.
What are you going to do? But can I kick it up against, like, I don't know, Miss Jackson or something? Like, it's not... They're not similar enough, and they're not the same... they're not from the same city, which... And then you want to say same coast, even though New York, whatever. Like, East Coast versus... Even though Atlanta's on the East Coast, but, like, versus the South. It's different. Even in the 90s, the shit was mad different. Everywhere kind of sounds the same right now. It's not as regional as it used to be, but... It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like they both could do... I don't know who would be a better matchup for either of them, to be honest. I haven't really thought about that.
Depends on who watches it. It's like...
who would be a better one for Tribe, say, for example?
Someone online said De La Soul.
Yeah, of course. Native Tongues. Yeah.
De La Soul and Tribe, yeah.
That's perfect.
And someone said OutKast should face either the Fugees or UGK.
Oh my god, the Fugees?
UGK.
Now, OutKast would merge... No, the UGK...
OutKast would murder UGK, yeah.
Murder UGK. Fugees had 2 albums as a group. OutKast had, 5 or 6? Fugees had some... Like, I think it's a diamond album. Isn't the score a diamond? I think it is.
Jesus, is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So, therefore...
The
hits... But then maybe one of them... Maybe Stankonia was fucking... diamond or something like that. Like Miss Jackson was like huge type shit.
Very true.
So like I don't know.
That was a worldwide hit.
So I don't know who would go up against OutKast. Like that would be a fair comparison that had been active in the same time, who made similar-ish, like UGK because they're South, but like they were active, if I'm not mistaken, long before OutKast, and it just kind of feels like they have a cultural impact, but OutKast have a worldwide global pop music impact.
There's no comparison. Like at that time, that style, that, you can't put anyone... I guess that's why they had to chuck them up against...
Like...
Somewhat, like, I mean...
Try. Yeah, like,
try... There's no one else, like... There's no one even really close.
Yeah, no one's popping...
OutKast should just have their own little verses by themselves. Just
play
the tunes.
Play the solo stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. That looked pretty good because Big Boy's solo shit slaps, bro. Like, he has some killer stuff. So I don't know. I feel like that's an interesting one. The T.I. and Jeezy, I'm still vexed because it's the day before my EP comes out, and I'm like, it's like, oh man, like I got shit to do that night, and I do want to pay attention to it. But as long as they do replays, where do they do the? Because I could just ignore it and watch the replay before the podcast. Like
the next day, the YouTubes are up.
You probably find it.
Is it because I've only watched it live for the last. God knows whatever,
You can probably find it online, right?
Yeah, you probably could. But I just don't care. That's the other thing. Like, I don't even know how much I care. Like, I never really liked either of them. I don't have a problem at all, but I don't know much T.I. music, and I know pretty much none. No Jeezy music. Except for that song. Didn't you do that joint with Kanye called Put On? I think that was a Jeezy song featuring Kanye.
Put on.
Yeah.
Put on.
Put on for my city. I put on for... That song slapped. That was dope. But,
True.
Interesting though. So I don't know if anyone else had any thoughts, but like I don't know about that. If there's any other like Atlanta groups or whatever, but so I had this other thing from the other week that we just ran out of time to talk about. So does anyone have any like stories about sort of music from when you're a kid? So for example, the one that I was going to bring up that was interesting was that maybe this will spark some thoughts. I got into hip hop, if you want to say it, like embarrassingly, I guess, from Vanilla Ice to the extreme. Someone gave me that in like '89, and then I was listening to that with like grunge shit at the same time and Metallica and stuff, and then
Gangsta.
Then we got into Criss Cross.
Yep.
Totally Crossed Out was big for us, and then we moved,
definitely was,
which was huge, right? So. And then as the more got into, then I heard What's My Name. What's My Name changed my whole life. And then we got Doggy Style. This is one of the Owl tapes we both bought. We got into Cypress. I'm speaking for both of us. Black Sunday and Chronic and like all of these classics. Obviously very inappropriate for 8, 9, 10, maybe not 8, but like 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds, right?
Youngins.
Yeah, I remember parents obviously trying to listen to stuff, and they would hear what I was playing, I guess, because they're peeking in on their children and what the fuck they're listening to. I remember
parents.
Yeah, I remember being in the Roeville house one time in the kitchen making breakfast like in the morning, and I was rapping a Public Enemy line because I got this Public
Gangsta.
Enemy album, the Music in Our Message,
That's just,
and it was cussing in it, and I just rapped it in front of mum and dad when I would have been, I think I was 13. And I remember dad just screaming at me. I was like, what? Knowing you probably don't remember. I remember I said the full cuss words on that, and so basically after that they took my tapes from me. So they got all my cassettes. So I had all the stuff that was bought. Yours, like, you didn't know this?
No, I don't think I knew that you wrapped it in front of them. That's
right.
Insane.
I'll tell you the line I said afterwards because I shouldn't.
Yeah, I know.
I shouldn't have been
that's
saying.
what I'm remembering. That's like, oh shit.
Yeah, as a kid, you really shouldn't have been saying that shit. It's pretty bad. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I thought I was cool because I was swearing, right? And then they took all my cassettes off me, and then I was like, anything with like parental advisory stuff. I'm like, and they all did.
All
so
those. Yeah, that's
took
right. I
them
remember
all.
the holes in your fucking, because you had those cabinets that hold your tapes at the time, and there was some missing.
They took all the original ones at the time. We were
all the
listening
good
to,
ones.
Well, yeah, I guess which is everything that it was purchased. There was these radio stations that you youngsters will never know the hustle. I know you sound like an old guy saying this shit, but we had to listen to the radio.
Break this one down. This is for
the old heads. So for the young to know.
This.
On Friday nights there was a show called WKD, I guess then for Wicked or whatever. And funny story, the host of that, I ended up hanging out with him in LA because he moved to LA and he was cruising around with us. It was fucking sick. Went out for dinner with him and his friend. It was so cool. His name was Wayne Fernandez. So he was a G. He was like Canadian who lived in Melbourne. And they did the show. So he had the R&B show. That's how I discovered D'Angelo, Maxwell. Like, he premiered California Love for the first time in Australia on that radio show.
Ooh,
then,
that's big.
On the Saturday night, there was this super underground hip-hop show called Step Into the AM, and they would take shout-outs. So you call up. You're like, hey, can I shout out Notion? And I just keep saying dumb shit like my friend Lee. I'll be like, Lee, your bitch wants to ride my pony. Because that was when Genuine came out.
Wow.
And I just say all dumb shit and they would read it out. It was awesome because they would do it and I got it all on tape. So I used to make mixtapes. I had to wait till the song comes, press record, and then record and make. So I got I think I had 26 volumes of it took actually a while because I didn't want to do every song. This might be good. Do it and then you start recording it when it's playing it to try and capture it and then you got to stop it or should I keep it going because then I have to delete it. Whole thing. So,
that's why there was always little snippets of 4 seconds of a song, and then you maybe made the call no, that's shit.
Yeah.
So before one actual song starts, you have 3 snippets of 2 seconds of other songs.
Correct. So then I got wise. I got hip to it. So I started having one tape that I had the double cassette deck. So I recorded the whole show on this one tape deck, and then the next day I would go through it and then listen to the songs I wanted, and then be able to put the whole thing on the mixtapes. And just go through. Then I'd erase over it again with the Saturday Night Hip Hop show, and hear all the hardcore hip hop. So that was the way I discovered music back in the day because there was nothing in it, and they were both on super underground stations. One called PBS FM. So mum and dad took my hip hop. I can't remember if they stopped me listening to the radio show, but that's when I was allowed to buy R&B music. So that's when I got into TLC, Brandy, Mary J. Blige, Aaliyah, fucking all of that. Early, I guess SWV, all that type of stuff. So the early 90s R&B shit because they took my tapes off me. And I just thought that was pretty funny that they did it. I already heard it all. And then I think a year later they gave it back to me. Maybe when I turned 14. I'm big now. So I got the shit back. So
big dick boy.
You know how it goes. So I just thought that was pretty funny
as fuck.
That I don't know if that would even, because how you can't take it off a kid now. They have Spotify or Apple Music or something, or YouTube.
Yeah, they tell you to eat a dick, mom. Shit, mom. Shit.
Shit, what the frick, mom?
You know? What the fuck, mom?
So I don't know. I guess there's no way for it to do it, right? What are they supposed to do these days?
You can't do anything.
Ooh. Can't do shit.
I guess music, they would assume that music isn't much of an influence on your behavior. I guess, because they'll probably assume all their friends listen to it and they can see the way their friends behave, and if their friends are fine, why aren't you fine? So I don't know. For me, I never got told to not listen to certain music. My mum doesn't like swear words in general. So in music, the only thing she hears is fuck, shit, bitch.
Oh, right. So she's
that's
mad.
All it is she can hear, and she's like, why do you only listen to swearing? And I'm thinking, I could be playing the most influential song of all time, and she'll be like, "Why are you just listening to
And there's
swearing?"
one fuck in it.
One fuck, and then she's like, "Yeah, the song's shit. Why are you playing the song?" Like, but
Filth, flowing filth.
but it's like, yeah, for me, I never ever got anything taken away like that.
That's good.
At all.
Yeah, I guess because once again, it's not what can they do?
What
Like
can
take your
you
phone
really
off you.
Yeah, you can't
take your
phone.
computer, you know, out on the internet. That's literally all they could do. Like, I don't know if they can restrict parental controls or something, so it means you can't access stuff.
Surely, are there parental
There
controls
yo,
on Apple Music and
There
stuff?
must be one on Spotify where they probably just grey out all the ones that are noted with explicit lyrics. I bet you. I bet you there's some shit like that.
No, that's terrible.
And on YouTube, there's a YouTube for kids login. I know that definitely is a thing.
Really?
Yeah, so that means you can only give your kids that login. So then it restricts their content.
It has only Baby Shark on it, and Barney the dinosaur,
That's
and
the Wiggles.
And the Wiggles, that's it. It's all you want.
Bang with the Wiggles heavy.
Fuck the rest off.
Wiggles.
Crazy.
So it's pretty funny. But yeah, do you guys have any funny stories like that shit? Like from like a kid?
Grade 3. Shout out to Brony Primary School, BPS.
Was good.
Grade 3. Mr. Ray, who was the principal, was also the grade 3 teacher because, you know, that's how we get it in Australia.
Yeah.
And so I come to school, fucking Casio Walkman, Black Sunday, Cypress Hill album. So, you know, whatever class was on, had the headphones on. I just finished. We walked in from wherever, maybe lunch, and it, you know, had that auto reverse Casio. Had that motherfucking fancy Walkman.
Yeah, so just
probably stole it from you. And fucking, so you know, the album finished and it goes back to the start. First song on the album is "I Want to Get High," like it's the intro, whatever. I want to get high with all the like the
weird like
orchestra and stuff. Yeah, it's fantastic. Cool. So anyway, so that was on, and class started, and my volume was on. I didn't hear the class started, and Mr. Ray's like, "Oh yeah, nah, give me a listen, eh?" So he grabs the thing, has a listen, and he's like, I can't remember what he said, but he's like, "What is this? Whatever," and just ganked it off me and took it to the thing. So I told Mum, and then Mum called the school like, I can't take your shit, give it back. And then he gave it back. So that's the longest story short. But
that's hilarious. I didn't know this.
My teacher, and he took it off me, and then I told Mum, and then the next day I got it back because I don't know what she said on the phone. She probably was like, "Oi, don't take your shit," because I bought it for him. Give it back. So something like that.
She's like, I bangs with Cypress Hill.
I bangs with Cypress Hill. I told him he can't smoke it until he's 18.
All right.
Anyway.
16 and a half.
So Mum fucking sorted me out. That was a solid move.
Top Sheila.
Solid move, Mum.
Top Sheila.
Fucking top Sheila.
I reckon it was extra bad in Australia is because hip-hop wasn't a thing in Australia. It was very, very underground and very extreme, probably because it was
absolutely
like the extreme. And we listened to like gangster rap. We weren't listening to like Will Smith.
We also listened to like, you know, Public Enemy and, you know, groups that fucking.
Oh, they were saying good stuff too, but I guess it wasn't pop rap like Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
You know what I see. Sorry, yeah.
So it wasn't like poppy stuff that they hear on the radio. So it wasn't that the form of rapping wasn't totally familiar, but then hearing Cypress Hill with the weird sounds and like, what the fuck is this? Or hearing NWA or
talk.
Dre, exactly, all that, the weed and alcohol and
all the street rap that didn't sit well with the parents.
Yeah, I can understand you wouldn't want to, because you don't understand it. So like when we, like my kids are definitely they're gonna know about this shit, bro. I'm gonna get them, gonna be on fire, but they're gonna understand that you know, you don't say these things, you don't do these things, but this shit slaps, fam.
Yeah.
You know, I think they need context. I don't want to be like, all the shit that my parents wouldn't let me do, it's all I wanted to fucking do. All I wanted was piercings. All I wanted was to smoke. All I wanted was to drink. And because they hid everything from us, I feel like if you just you give mans a little taste of it, or don't make it so hidden, this bad thing, then
elusive and like, yeah.
Then kids aren't going to want to do that shit. It's like, I feel like that's a whole other way anyway. It's like, obviously it's very easy for the fucking dudes who don't have kids to say this shit. I'm very conscious of that, but I just know that's what happened with me. Tiff's mum was much more chill with her, and then it made her not do the dumb things that I did in high school and just got stupid wasted and smoking from young and like all that shit. Because I was so desperate to rebel, because I felt so held back. Fucking first world problems, you know what it is.
What up?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any funny stories with like?
Not many funny stories. I just know that Kanye West's album College Dropout just reminds me of always sitting in my garden and having a barbecue with my parents. That's literally all it reminds me of every single time I play it.
The dirty version?
The dirty version. We don't listen to clean music. Clean music for pussies.
Damn fucking right. You would have been 5 when that came out.
Yeah, mad. Well, that's crazy. I would have been 5. Shit.
Just shy, yeah.
Yeah, but that's literally what it reminds me of. Every single time that the album's played, it literally just reminds me and my mum in my garden, in our garden, sorry, just listening to the album. I don't know why.
It's I love that music does that though.
Yeah, sick.
Can take you back to a specific
100%.
place. It's fantastic.
100.
So I love that shit. All right, music time.
I believe it's music time.
So how do we want to do it? We got 2 choices. We can pick just our faves and just talk about the faves, or we can quickly run through because there's so few this week.
Just quickly run through it, mate.
Yeah, maybe when there's more, we'll do more like the top 5s and stuff like that.
Yeah, agreed.
All right, first one here. This was like, I don't know why it was such a slow week. Maybe it was the election week and everyone was like, ain't nobody going to be paying attention.
Yeah, everyone just like...
So we might have missed stuff. If we missed anything, I know Rochelle's always on top of it. So if there's anything, let us know. But the first one, I think you put in here, the Dizzee Rascal Fire in the Booth. From about a week ago. I really enjoyed this. We were just saying recently.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think we were both like, I don't know if it was on the podcast or
on the podcast.
On the podcast was being. I think we all said Dizzee Rascal needs to
just retire.
Yeah, just chill out. Because on the songs he sounded terrible, but on this freestyle, I was like, yo,
it sounded hard. I was so surprised. Pause.
Yeah, pause. Good pause. It was only 4 minutes too, but he had like bars and he was like saying real shit.
It was weirdly short. Usually Fire in the Booth was like 10 minutes. Yeah. But it was
really
sick.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, he seemed pretty calm and just fucking delivered it nice. It was cool. Like, I wasn't upset at all.
It's good to see what he's capable of. Because if you only hear the songs that he's featured on, it's like, but then you actually see it now, I'm like, damn. All right, fam. So that probably would have been in my top 5 if I would have done that this week.
For me,
maybe not.
Maybe scraped it. I need to see.
I need to keep going. I probably should shut the fuck up anyway. So that was dope. Next one was a video from Smino called Donnie Out the Way.
Yeah, I listened to this. I
just watched this before. Cool video.
It was cool. It wasn't anything mind blowing, but it was that nice, relaxed, chilled vibe sort of thing. It was nice. It was a nice song. It wasn't anything which is like, right, I need to listen to that every single moment, every single day right now. But it was like, it was good.
It was nice.
Full stop. Yeah. Period.
Big period.
It sounds weird saying period. Full stop.
Full stop. It's fucking full stop. No, did you have any?
Full stop.
Full stop.
This is a good track. It's one of those joints you smoke to. It reminded me of like, Sir meets Kendrick meets like, a bunch of those kind of singer rappers.
I can see that.
Maybe some Jid in there. It was really cool. Didn't hate it. Didn't like overly love it, but very, very, very swaggy and very cool.
I agree wholeheartedly. I haven't liked anything I've heard from Smino, to be honest, and people keep telling me to listen to him, and every time I've checked it out, I was like, And I quite enjoyed this one, in comparison.
Yeah, this video was good, like, very swaggy video, so it was a good snapshot into his personality, and it was a good song. I didn't hate it. And like, it's melodic and soulful and fucking good in you.
There you fucking go. Agreed. All right, this is a Dahn one right here. Tell us about this one, Daniel.
Abracadabra, Spin This Coupe. So,
what's this?
Did you watch it?
I watched it.
It was cool. Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he goes out. It was aggressive.
Yeah, he really has.
He started like again. He was getting like up in his like the tone of the voice was getting more like yelly as it went.
Yeah,
I kind of enjoyed that.
Like his punch counts, his music's like you want to hear it in a club, and it's like
turn it off halfway.
Peak.
Yeah, I feel like you want to fight dudes to that, right? You want to send Shane.
You want to mosh pits. Yeah, you want to send Shane home. But it's pretty sick. Like Abracadabra, it's not far from his best song. But it was definitely like a really cool, like hype sort of song. It's pretty sick. He's got flows. He's got pretty good bars. Like I really like his aggressive tone. Like that's what he's known for, just being really aggressive on the track.
Yeah.
But like I think he's sick. It's a pretty sick song.
Yeah, that was cool.
He's hot.
I dug it. I don't have any additional thoughts, but you guys summed it up.
Yeah,
like it.
Not bad. Not fucking bad, eh?
Not bad. Love it. Next, this one's Yunosh, I think. Or was this Dan?
This is me. I put this one.
Oh shit! I was assuming.
So this is me.
I was assuming. Please go.
OutKast Stankonia Deluxe Edition.
I think it actually dropped last week.
I think it actually
did. And I opted not to talk about it because we had a lot of music anyway.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like weird that they drop it, 15 years later?
It was weird, but 20? It was literally a bunch of like remixes, acapellas.
Acapella instrumentals or something? Or just
I believe there was instrumentals. No, I think it was just acapellas and remixes.
That's pretty smart though, because maybe some people will remix it and shit.
It was sick. It had like Snoop Dogg and shit on it. Like it was pretty cool, and it was interesting listening to songs like Miss Jackson acapella, because it's like you hear stuff which you don't usually hear, and I had to listen to Miss Jackson again, thinking, oh shit, he actually said that, or oh shit, I didn't realize this is in the background. Like it was pretty cool. Like everything was pretty consistent in terms of their weird sort of, you know, it's hard to describe. There's some really weird sounds in their songs.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're meant to smoke to it. You know, them really weird.
Sounds great.
Yeah, and it's like really consistent throughout, even with the remixes. They're still really weird, but it's still pretty sick. Like,
Did the remixes, were they done? I don't know if they probably would even know this. Were they done like back then? They just sitting around?
I don't know. I can try and find out.
Because if they were new and they put them out, yeah, right. Because I wonder then if they're new and they included it on this. Imagine if they, like, someone made them now and then they had to make it fit with that sound from however many 20th anniversary. Oh, it was the 20th anniversary release. Okay, that makes way more sense. Okay, my bad. I didn't know that.
So unreleased remixes.
Sorry, no, just go.
Just to jump in there before I forget, did you see, just to double back also to the election shit, did you see the Stankonia album cover with Biden and Kamala Harris?
No, that's cool.
Fuck, dude. So
that's sick.
Kamala Harris is Andre, and they replaced their faces and just like, you know.
Oh, they made the face like, okay.
Yeah, because it's like they just represent. It was just like fucking amazing.
Oh yeah. That's actually really well done.
Send that to you, cunts. You find it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's on really a T-shirt.
Funny. That might be gigs.
They need to put it. Yeah, they made it on a T-shirt. They need to make her head bigger. It looks too small.
It's very small for the body.
Oh, okay.
But that's great.
Biden's perfect.
That's they just.
How funny is that?
That's really
very
good.
Swaggy. It's like dynamic duo shit.
Yeah, that's really funny. And you said they were unreleased remixes.
They were unreleased remixes.
Which means they probably made them back then, which means it was more authentic and they just had some shit sitting around 20 years later. That's great. Come on, the album's 20 years. That came out in 2000.
I know.
That is wild. You were
That's like
two.
A ludicrous fucking thing over 20 years old too.
Which one? The first ludicrous one, or like?
Yeah, like, you know, when Nelly and Ludo did their battle, they both celebrated 20 years in the game too. There's like a short distance between this one. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, man. It's crazy when you really think about that. She's 20 years ago. Fuck, we're old.
20 fucking years ago. We were just like teeny boppers in the club. Well, not teeny boppers, you know, like we're legal in it, but like.
Yeah. Man's were young in the
listen
club.
to that shit at the clubs, like trying to like, you know, touch and rub, how you going?
We were just in that zone.
All the days.
Good old days. Oh, Daniel, you remember the 90s. You remember the 90s, am I right?
Everything about the 2 years I spent. No, 1 year I spent.
Really, 1 year, yeah. 1.5 years.
1.5 years.
Good times. Good times.
1.5 years ago. Amazing. Good times.
Woof. All right. Next one, Dan. This is you again, I think.
This one, me.
Frosty.
Frosty, yeah. Released a track called
Frosty.
Steppers.
Frosty.
I think I missed this one.
An icy pole.
Yeah, right? Fuck, man. Get an icy pole in you.
Get an icy pole.
How is this one? What's the deal?
It was alright. Frosty is a decent rapper. He's like just some London rapper who releases sick, you know, them Link Up TV freestyles where they have the animations.
Oh, those ones. Yeah,
so he released one of them, which was like one of the best ever. But then he's just gone a bit quiet since then. It's not one of the first songs I've heard since he really started releasing music again. But it was alright. It was really kind of like a fast tone, high tempo sort of rap. It was his delivery. So he's got flow. Like it was a good song, but it wasn't like anything which. The trouble is he made himself have really high standards from that freestyle. So it's like if he's not going to beat that, I'm not going to really rate his other shit as much. But it was good. It just wasn't like to that level, you know.
Okay.
Not my top 5.
No, your top 5. No. Okay. Did you check it, Brad? No. Sorry.
Nah, mate. Well, I mean, I did just now. It's okay.
It's alright.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Rochelle says my Insta algorithm dropped on me Omar, AUMMAH, called Passages. No lyrics, pretty cool. They have an EP called Abstract Waves, also cool. I'm gonna check for that.
On it.
I trust Rochelle's recommendation. She has never steered me wrong. That is dope. Boom. Next, this one's all me. The King, the greatest living musician, the voice of our generation, Justin Bieber, dropped an acoustic version of Holy featuring Chance the Rapper. And it was really,
Wow.
everyone knows Chances, man. It was nice. I really liked this song. Even though I don't really agree with the top subject matter, like, you know, I can bangs with that, and it's great. It was cool. He's done a bunch of acoustic versions of the tracks lately. I guess that means that you know, they're harping on these 2 tracks. I think it was these 2, that one and the Lonely joint.
Lonely, yeah.
So that means the album might be coming soon. Might be able to get a classic before Christmas. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean? This one's got, you know, 50 out of 10. I know we're not scoring this week.
I bet you're gonna bring it back.
I'll bring the scoring just for this one. Now I'm retiring it. Anyone else? Top 5. Oh, he's top 1 and top 2 in this one too. Top 1 and it is 1.
Wow.
Anyone have any thoughts about Biebs, or are we gonna move on?
I thought this was a good song. Like,
Yeah.
I thought the acoustic
Yeah, it was not
version
too bad.
was
Didn't
actually
hate it, eh?
yeah, it's much better than the original version. Like, it was sick, and I didn't hate Chance's verse on the acoustic. Actually, no, I did hate it. Oh no!
I like it when he raps instead of
Yeah,
singing,
when he
eh?
was singing, it was terrible.
Yeah,
it was so bad. But then the
Justin
rapping was kind of cool. The rapping was alright.
Man, his vocals are overcompressed, and then the air and the EQ is just like up. It's just like distracting to listen to. And when he sings, it's like, stop trying to sing badly, dude. Stop.
Yeah.
He's trying to be Kanye so bad.
But is he? Fucking hell. Well,
I
he
think
can
he
rap
was,
fine, so just stick to that, dude. He's good at rapping. The rap part was excellent, and then I don't mind the Jesus speak, because that's how he fucking rolls.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff, but I respect that.
It's not. I mean, fuck it. He's gonna do it every song, dude.
Yeah, I know, and that's one. But then I don't listen to Chance, and everyone's happy, innit?
Neither do I. I just said when he comes on, I'm expecting him to talk about
Okay.
fucking Jesus. So take it easy. All right.
That's actually fair, because you know what? It's not like you're choosing. Hey,
I'm
I'm Notion. I'm gonna listen to Chance.
Dude. And then you might be like, it might enjoy a cunt once or twice.
I give him a chance every time.
You know,
if he's
dude,
a
I
feature.
told you I smoked woods with the cunts.
Yeah, I know. You've
And
got us
at
more
the
of a soft
back,
spot.
it's just he's a good bloke. He's a good bloke. He's all right, eh?
I'm sure he's
He
a
just
good bloke.
can't sing good.
Okay, that's all it is. It's just the singing. There's nothing else. It's a problem. It's just the singing.
He writes his raps, and his raps are all right. He talks about the baby a lot, and that's cool.
The infant Lord.
Just expect that he's talking about the infant, how you going, and then just move along.
You move along. God damn it.
That's
All right.
my advice to you, fam. Next us.
All right. This one was someone called Omar Lay, who I don't know, and Black did a song called Damn.
It was a remix.
Damn. This was actually kind
It
of
was a remix.
It was a remix to Marley's version of, because this song came out like a month ago, but then 6 Lakh's remix came out, I believe, yesterday.
Do you call him 6 Lakh?
Sorry, I meant Black. I keep on calling him 6 Lakh.
Wow.
I always call him 6 Lakh because I've called him 6 Lakh for years.
Because you not know,
Years.
or you just do it for
know.
lols? Oh,
I
you
didn't know.
Dude,
But then
I have to put my hand up for that one too. Initially, I don't know how long I did it for, but for the first little bit until I heard some announcer say it, and then I saw the name on the screen or whatever. Maybe it was like Rosenberg or some fucking shit. Till I saw it on the screen, I was like, "Oh shit!" I definitely a couple of months in of fucking that up. So
it's definitely Black. But
I'm with you, Dan. So don't worry about it.
So it's actually my accident.
Amateurs, the both of you.
I'm not from here.
I'm not from here either, innit?
No.
Like flipping out.
I'm joshing, hey? No, it's good.
Swag.
So it's a remix. Okay, good to know.
It was alright. I was quite disappointed, to be honest. I thought it'd be better because I rate Black a lot. I think he's sick, but I thought the song was just so meh. I didn't think it was that good at all.
Average.
It was
Sounds
so
like
average.
everything else.
Yeah, I just thought
was
it would
cool.
sound much better. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was alright. It wasn't that good.
Not even really worth going on about. Next one is 24K Golden with the king of everything, Justin Bieber, and J Balvin, and someone called Iann Dior called Mood Remix. I mean, it was great because it had Justin's on it.
Do we need to actually review it? Because you're going to give it 100 out of 10. So let's
just for Bieber's part, and then, you know.
Did you see the video, dude? Or the lyric video?
I didn't.
It looks like fucking
I didn't watch
Pac-Man
it.
shit.
Yeah, it was like a 64-bit game or
Was
whatever.
it?
Yeah,
I didn't watch that shit. I was like,
So video game nerds, fucking check it out.
Yeah.
Looks alright.
Alright. But listen just for
Looks
the
pretty
Biebs.
bad.
Just listen to Biebs and turn it off.
basically.
No, I'm just gonna skip forward to
Hey,
Biebs.
I'm
listening to it right now.
There you go.
This
Skip
is
to
one of the
Biebs.
ones that for some reason didn't seem to. He's definitely the highlight, you know. Of
course
since
he's
he
the
comes on, it's like, oh, there he is,
There he is. What a god.
and there he goes.
Yeah,
not
there
bad.
he goes. Yeah, it's
Not my tune, but
Yeah, it's a little like
Which count?
poppy weird stuff. This one I was about to delete it. Did anyone listen to Scarface and Khiya called Gang Player?
It's a song called
Gang Prayer? Did I mess it up? No, play it.
Do you know what it is? I remember finding it. It's a song by Gang Player called Scarface, featuring Khiya or something.
Khiya.
Yeah, it's called Scarface by Gang Player featuring Khiya.
So I fucked that up because I only went into it and I think it linked to Scarface, like the rapper on the thing.
It does link to Scarface.
So it was the wrong way
It's
around.
like a trap song.
It was weird.
It was like, this is not Scarface. I was about to delete it off.
Definitely wasn't Scarface. So
Okay.
definitely not.
So they fucked it up on Spotify. They
trap
put
song was
so they put the song where the artist should be, and then the other way
Because
around.
I'll show you.
Because I could click on it. So they put, if the song is called Scarface, but they put Scarface in the artist section. Am I right, or did I misread it?
Let me try and find an Apple Music.
Because you're on Apple Music though, so I don't know if it'll be.
Goose, that one, bud.
Yeah. Anyway, I was listening. I think I just went into it. I'm like, this is not fucking it, bro. This is just way too weird.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Check. I'm going into.
It definitely
Spotify
wasn't
now.
Scarface. That's all.
No, it really wasn't. Hey, look, see Scarface and Khiya, title Gang Player,
I'm pretty
and
sure
you go to
wasn't it
Scarface
just
and it's the same Scarface. So I was like, oh, this is not him.
That's so weird.
So they
I
fucked
don't
it
know.
up.
They must.
So okay, I'm not tripping out then. I thought I was like, did I read it wrong? Okay, well if that's what it is, then I understand.
What I remember is just an instrumental. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it was either instrumental or something weird. But either way,
It was weird. Wasn't Scarface.
Fix up.
Upset.
Upset for sure. Earthgang and Wale did a song called Options. I don't like Earthgang actually. Now I think I've decided, but I like Wale. It was-
Why?
They're just like annoying. Every time I hear them,
There's
it's
too many cunts doing too many weird things.
Yeah, it's grating to me. Like it's not
Rating.
It's not like it just doesn't work
That's
for me.
pretty.
I saw. I think we
harsh
walked
review.
away. They were at Afropunk last year.
Yeah,
We were there. We just
right.
walked away. Like I can't watch these guys. I don't want to see it. So it's like, I don't think they're not bad by any means. It's just not for me. I just don't like them.
That's okay.
But I don't know. It's fine. If you guys have any thoughts, I was like, well,
That's alright.
I thought it was pretty good. I couldn't find the song. I'm pretty sure I only listened to it through a leak on Instagram. I'm pretty sure I couldn't find it on Apple Music or anything.
that's so strange that
It
people
wasn't on
would
YouTube either, so
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
wasn't
know
on
Really?
YouTube. Yeah.
TBH.
So I found it on Google. When I googled it, it was on Wale's Instagram. Just a snippet. From the snippet I heard, it was pretty good.
Okay.
That kind of bangs a bit. It was pretty good.
Okay. That's really strange that it would be on Spotify but nowhere else.
It's very good.
Why would you do that? But okay.
Don't get it.
Strange. Next up, Jay Prince. I think last week he did one called Soul SOL Volume 1 EP with like 2 or 3 songs, and he did Volume 2. I didn't really like this. I thought it was just weird. I like Jay Prince. I think he's dope. Like Selection dude, we know him through there. And This one was just weird. It was just not like cool, and he always has bright, boppy, like cool little flowy raps and stuff, and it just wasn't really that.
He wasn't really rapping in this song.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
It all
just
sounded
weird.
the same. It all sounded like one long song.
Yeah.
I didn't really bangs with it.
Yeah,
I rate Jay Prince though, but it's like it's
He's
just
great.
this wasn't it really.
It's not the
Let's
one.
be honest.
Agreed.
Not top 5. All right, we're
Not
not even
top
go
5.
on about it. Russ, new single called I Love Me, which is pretty funny.
I wasn't a fan of this one.
Was this a singy one or a rappy one?
Rappy, I
Singy
believe.
one.
Oh wait, was it singing?
Singing with raps in it, but it was just like
Singing
you know,
raps.
it was singing like, you know, it was just like.
I'm not
Next.
loving his music, but I love Russ. I think he's a G. I want to be mates with him. He's inspiring.
Definitely want to be mates with him, but some of his songs are like, oh yeah, nah.
Yeah, totally.
That's a throwaway.
He makes music for people who Dan think are children, like you know what I'm saying. And
I love it.
Who wear Vans?
Oh, them man.
Those
yeah.
Vans, you know, with the black Vans with the white stripe
With
on
the
the
sh- yeah.
lows.
The-
Every single child at the Rush show had that, and they were all 15 with their mum and dad there,
TikTok.
and I felt ancient. And
Ancient.
that would be
Like a gargoyle
yeah, I was like,
on a New York building.
pretty much just people staring like, what are you doing here? Don't talk
You
to
old
me.
cunt.
Anyway,
What the fuck.
right?
Sorry. Next.
That's next. The Burna Boy did a song called 2010-20, like in numbers.
This was dope.
Yeah, this
This
was
was
good.
good.
Burna
It was
Boy's
sick.
sick, man.
He
Burna
just
Boy's super fire.
so good.
Yeah, man. I really enjoyed this one.
Never been shit so far, so I'm a big fan.
No, not at all.
Sounded a lot like his other stuff as well.
Yeah.
But his other stuff is just so good.
He has his like own little flavor. Like as soon as you hear like a Lucky Day feature, you know you're gonna get some fucking shit.
Mhm.
Burna Boy's got some fucking shit. It's always
Great
good.
comparison.
Yeah.
Lucky Days never let me down. Everything's fire.
Never.
And
I'm
Burna
so
Boy,
pumped. Yeah,
it's really
I'm
sick.
pumped to hear it.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
love Burna Boy.
This is
so
definitely top 5 if we were doing
100% top
Yeah.
5 from this.
I love it. Look at
Mhm.
this. Aligned.
Aligned like the stars in the fucking sky,
Woo.
mate. Let's
Yes.
go.
All right. Next, this is you,
Give me
Dan.
an applause.
I'll give an applause for the
Give me a
sky.
fucking
Fucking
sound
applause.
effect, dude. Fucking all right. Let's
To the
go.
stars being aligned.
To the stars.
All right, Dan, you're up next. This is you, mate.
Giggs
Oh,
released an album called Now or Never,
Yes.
which was pretty. It was decent. It had a couple fire songs that were really good, but fire because they had
True.
sick features. Like
Okay.
the feature with Dave is one of the best songs I've heard out of the UK in a long, long time. Dave's
That was-
verse in that is incredible.
Yeah, Dave's sick.
So good. But this is like a lot of other Giggs albums where it's you get 80% of meh and 80% of literally sounding very similar as well. And then there's like a couple gems in there, and it's just like, oh, it was kind of worth downloading because those 2 songs which are amazing are literally just incredible.
So fire.
They're so
They
fun.
carry the album now.
But yeah,
Was there a feature by Georgia Smith on that one?
Yeah.
yes, and that was really
that was
good.
a good one. So yeah, I heard those fucking 4. I think I heard 4 or 5 songs, and the other, like, I mean, I guess I heard the 3 bangers, and the other ones were just so lackluster. I think the beats are shit, and the mixing's off because he's like everything seems to be like. I don't know. I was listening on the iMac speakers, but his vocals were like right fucking up the top, and I couldn't hear the beat much. It was just weird. And then the ones that were the actual good songs absolutely slapped and sounded fantastic. So I didn't have a good time overall. It was like a 30% good album.
Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Nosh, do you find that your knowledge of audio engineering fucks up your...
Yes.
Okay, you know where I was going with this. Just because you were saying this, I felt like you've said to me before, you can't ever stop yourself from analyzing a song. So every time you listen to music, it's almost like whatever you're into. If I'm a food critic or something, you taste all the imperfections. If I'm a beer review, I taste all the things that are wrong with it, not the things that are good, really.
Yeah.
So
Also from a production point of view as well, it's like, you know, it's like some of the beats are a little shit. Like, I don't know, just some things don't hit, and I'm noticing everything. So from an MC point of view, from a production point of view, from a mixing point of view, and a
I get
mastering
all of
point
it.
of view, it's like, so when I used to like, you know, shoot stuff at high school and like as in movies, not people or anything crazy.
No.
Creative things. Did you know, media studies, those kind of things. Like I would make, and then, you know, you learn all that, learn behind the scenes lighting, all that bullshit. You watch a movie and then you pick the imperfections and the continuity issues in editing and all the wardrobe malfunctions and the blah blahs. Like I can't watch a movie without picking out bullshit or wondering, oh, that trajectory of that car wasn't right. The fucking thing doesn't go down like that in real life. Fucking, that just fucked my shit up. So from movies to music, I analyze everything all the time. So it's a busy
life.
It's a busy thing.
Probably
going on
beer
in
too,
this
eh?
world. Also beer too.
Never ends.
Wine, coffee, food. Here
Yeah.
we go. But
No-
yeah, so
no
I listen to
Timmys.
it from multiple. I got multiple hats on, and I'm trying to please all of them. So that's why, like, when I tell you something's fucking fire, I'm taking all of those things into consideration. That not normal people, but like people that don't even think that way. Like, I'm taking it all into the pot.
That's fair.
And that's why when I give you a recommendation, it's fucking should be
Right.
solid as fuck.
I like that. It's Notion.
If it's not, then,
seal
hey,
of approval.
mate, strike me on me cock, mate. You know,
Never.
never. Thanks.
Respect the wang.
'Cause I try to keep it in me pants.
You should. All right, this one's you put down, I think. Next is Ras Kass did an EP called I'm Not Clearing Shit.
This was
I liked
pretty badass.
it. Yeah, I liked it.
This was very lyrical. I'm trying to remember. This is the first thing that I posted.
Yeah, so you actually told me about it somewhere. So I was specifically on the lookout for it, and I quite liked it. Ras
The beats were dirty. It was a grimy Ras Kass fucking sounds like from the East Coast, but I'm representing the West sort of album. It was very dirty, very grimy, very lyrical. It was sick.
Yeah, agreed.
There was lots of good shit on it. Good features. He had I'm skimming through.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
good feat. Just beats slap, bars.
Yeah, I thought it was sick. It was a sick album. Or EP. But
Like 5 songs?
Yeah, it's got 5 songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all sick. His flow's amazing. Like, he's such a sick rapper.
Yeah. Ras is technically insane.
No,
It's just Cortez and Casual. The only thing I'm thinking of. The song was called Parkour.
That's the first song. Yes.
Yeah. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of something else now.
Oh, the Culture Vulture one or something was pretty cool too.
Culture Vulture was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I've
dope.
heard that before.
10-minute song.
Yes, it's okay. 10 Yes,
Mad long.
I think he released it in the last few weeks because I feel like we've been talking
on the
about
6th, I think it was.
Okay, boom.
Well, on the YouTube channel that he has.
Oh, okay, but that's the EP. But didn't he have singles like in the last few weeks or something? It feels familiar.
I didn't see those. Yeah, I guess I didn't see those, but he probably did.
Where we talked about it on the podcast, but with the volume of music, who the fuck remembers, man? Shit.
Sure.
Who remembers when you got so much music to talk about?
So I'm like, we're almost done. Actually, this is hilarious. We've only got like 3 or 4 more. It's amazing. NBA Youngboy did a song with Nicki Minaj called "What That Speed Bout."
Oh, dude, that guy is so stressful.
He's horrible, and he's so bad that he makes Nicki Minaj sound good, and I hate Nicki Minaj.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. It's bottom five.
I don't understand. Apparently, he has like stands, like real serious, aggressive stands or something. Yeah.
He does.
He appeals to a whole bunch of dumb cunts, like especially in America, dude. Like he's a loud man.
Yeah, and I think he's doing a lot of dumb shit all the time, and he's always getting into trouble. And I don't know anything about his music, but I know him because of the blogs and
they post about him being like, dysfunctional in the home and like yelling at his missus. Isn't he dating like Floyd's daughter or something?
No, he got her pregnant. Actually, I don't know if he's even dating her.
Of course, he got her pregnant. Fucking hell.
Yeah, he just seems like a troubled young man. He probably shouldn't be out here like that. So
no, he seems wild. He seems scary. I wouldn't want to hang out with him because, like, if you say the wrong word, he's gonna fucking
flip, right?
Let a couple off in the driveway, like.
Yeah, you don't want mates like that.
Nah, it seems wild. Scary man.
Fuck that. Then the next one was Stally, who you guys might know from, I believe he was signed to MMG, right? Maybach Music Group. And he has a new EP called Cake. It was cool. It was fine.
I don't know if I checked this one either.
No.
Break it down.
I never loved Stally. My barber, Dave, shouts to Dave, he loves him. So Dave always plays the same type of stuff. That's it. Through the whenever we're there, he loves like Currency and fucking like Griselda, and then dudes like Stally. Like he's got certain people he really likes. So I was I never liked him. I started to like him a little more because Dave liked him, and he always put into good shit. Little trappy. It's only how many songs? 5, 6, 6.
Yeah, just skip it through now.
Yeah, it's cool. But he's got a cool voice, and he's sort of a little more confident than probably he's been away for a while. And he said some shit about it, and now I'm back, blah blah blah. So I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. I guess you were gone. But yeah, it's cool. If you already banged with, it's not like life changing or anything. But if you liked him before, then you'll be pretty.
Give her a fucking spin, eh?
Yeah, nothing crazy, but it was fine. Real quick, let's just take, because my battery started to flash on the camera here. Instead of changing it, I'm just going to take the thumbnail now.
All right.
Thumbnail T, ready? Oh yeah, with the background. I love it. Here we go. There you go, dickheads.
Sweet as.
Next one is another Dan who actually listened to this before. Tell us about this one, Dan.
Rapper Dutchavelli released an album. I think it's his first ever album called Dutch from the Fifth. I don't know if you guys know Steph London. She's a pretty big female rapper.
You brought her up. I only know her because you brought her up.
Oh, okay. She's pretty, she's really big actually in the UK. So she's like
dating her or something?
No, he's actually her brother who came out of jail, and nobody knew who knew who he was at all. And he came out of jail, released one song, and everyone's like, oh shit! Like he's got them aggressive tones similar to Abra, and he's just like an overall sick rapper. And I thought this whole joint was very consistent in terms of the whole aggressive tones. He had sick flow, he had bars. This is the first ever project I've listened to him, and I don't really listen to a lot of his singles, but this whole project was pretty sick. I rated it better.
All right,
it was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. Wasn't in love with it, but I thought it was cool.
It was good for his first ever album. I was like, yeah, fuck it, man.
Yeah,
why not?
Give it to. Did you check it, Nosh?
I did not, sir.
No. We trust Dan. We trust Dan.
We trust in Dan.
Next up, second last, Cookin Soul and Kendrick Lamar did a song called K. Freestyle or K. Freeze.
K. Freeze. Yeah, I checked this one. This was fucking fire. Did you have a geese?
I did not.
It was good. Yeah, I played it just before.
Just before you came in?
Yeah.
Oh, you were playing just earlier.
Oh, yeah. It was sick.
So it's a play on, just for some background. Cookin Soul's a producer. Soulful boom bap, fucking all kinds of subgenres around that. He just does really crazy stuff. And then he started doing So Meek Mill had a bunch of freestyles when he's like 16. He's in the streets. He's got his like long dreads out, things like that. So he's taken all of Meek Mill's freestyles that are usually acapellas on the street. Someone's beatboxing or there's a shit fucking sort of percussion to rap to. And then he puts them over his beats and then has very, very interesting and funny visuals. So this is a K-Dot one, and they've got some K-Dot freestyles from when he was known as K-Dot and fucking... Yeah, and then they've got some deep fake visuals. So they've got things from Hulk, Bruce Lee, Black Panther,
Drake,
like movies, you know,
Wolverine,
Kobe.
So many good ones. Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
It's hilarious.
And it's just old freestyles with
and
these...
they got Debo, they got Friday references, Iron Man, you know, a whole bunch of pop culture movie references, Pulp Fiction, everything. Tupac's in there. Aquaman.
Do they is
Rick James?
What he's talking about? Funnily enough, you said Rick James right as the Rick James thing came out. That was hilarious.
And Kendrick's face is all over them.
So is what he's saying matching the memes, or they're just completely random?
No. Okay, it's just random.
Okay.
It's just purely for the YouTube lols, I guess. But the Meek Mill one is way better. I think. I don't know if we shared that before.
You did the same thing.
If people are bored, Cookin Soul and Meek Mill freestyles are fucking awesome.
Okay, that's actually really funny. I actually can't stop watching this because it's fucking hilarious.
So
his heads on everything.
There's so many good ones. There's so many lookalikes. There's like a certain. There's Kendrick looks like a great Tretch.
Okay.
From Naughty by Nature. And he looks like a great Kobe in a certain angle in this one too.
Wow.
Very, very funny. A lot of Bruce Lee ones, but
that's actually it's a good way for him to sell like Cookin Soul to like, you know.
There's Dave Chappelle as Prince as well.
That's so good.
Frankenstein. A bunch of funny ones. So that's a fun
Samuel Jackson.
Probably the best video clip I've seen.
That's fucking hilarious. Okay.
A beat remix tape. So anyway, Cookin Soul is a super dope producer. He has lots of beat tapes and a lot of lo-fi and chill hop sort of channels and gank his beats. So he's
great. He's been around for years.
For sure.
I remember we talked to him years ago about buying beats off him. It didn't happen in the end, but he was always pretty expensive. Like he's been doing shit for a minute. Good on him.
Yep.
Last one. 2 Chainz did. This is thanks to Sean for sending this to me. Did you hear this one with Mulatto called Quarantine Thick?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
It's like, okay.
It's kind of what you expect it to be.
Yeah, I wasn't mad.
Yeah,
it wasn't that good. I wish it...
Like how mad? What are you out of 10?
I'm not like mad. I'm not. Yeah. 2 Chainz doesn't make me mad, but I didn't like it at all. I'd probably give it.
They had the classic 4. Cinematic little actor bit at the start. Yeah. He's extra as fuck. There's always like thick birds everywhere.
I thought,
I expected to see this bullshit, to be honest. So I wasn't mad.
That's true. I didn't really like Mulatto's verse.
No. The song wasn't good.
The song was okay, but I feel like all she did was just like, I don't know. I think she said pussy more than Wayne did in a verse. Like she did like 3 or 4 times. I'm like,
right.
I just like it makes me once again feel old or some shit. But I don't want to hear every single verse about a pussy. Like there's only so much you need to hear that shit. It's like exasperating. Like it's. I wished some of these more mainstream rappers would just switch it up. Like see if there's anything else to talk about. I get it. It's wet. It's a cavern of love. It's tight. It's moist. It's a waterfall. But let's open it up a little bit. Let's broaden it. Not open up. Wow, that's really poor choice of words. Let's expand our horizons. Think about it, guys. Think about it. I think that's it for this evening.
Yeah, this song, I expected to see all this bullshit. I'm not mad at all. It's trash as shit, but it's funny, so I don't know.
I get it. Daniel, do you have any thoughts?
I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing. I kind of just skipped through.
I respect that. I watched the whole damn thing like an idiot.
Yeah, did you? I watched the whole thing as well. It wasn't that good. I thought the video...
Do 20-second chunks, dude. That's the best way. Do give it a minute tops.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do it because you get the point, right? Like I think I left it.
You can just
what?
Like
I wanted to. School. Yeah, that's true.
Fuck that.
I wanted to just hear how it came in, how she came in, and then it was by the time her verse finished, it was pretty much the end. So I was like, all right.
No.
Because I feel like I wanted to hear both. I wanted to hear the feature too, right? Like I could have just skipped forward because 2 Chainz verse is a 2 Chainz verse. But that's basically it for this evening, guys. Not bad.
Not fucking bad, eh?
I hope
Nice little chin wag.
Yeah, I hope the folks like the different, a bit of a switch up with the format, with a bit more of a focus on the topics. Andy's probably spent 10, 15 minutes on the music, when we normally spend like 45. So, I feel like we want to trim the music down a bit so we can talk about other stuff. It's just more interesting. So if anyone has any thoughts, did they like it? They didn't like it. We'll probably try this.
Any subjects for us to talk about?
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Just drop it in the comments, mate.
Comments, and obviously we're about to wrap up. So if you don't drop it now, I'll tell you where in a moment where you can drop it. Actually, we all will tell everybody. Notion, where can everybody find you online?
Oh, mate. They can find me at Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Illnote Studios on Instagram and Facebook. illnotestudios.com. Holla at your motherfucking boy. Production, mixing, mastering, fucking photos. How you going? What about you, Dan?
Dan Johnson on Twitter and Instagram. If you actually want to see actual content on Instagram, follow my gaming channel? Page?
Page?
I don't know. Gaming shit.
Profile?
Oh, gaming profile. That's a good one.
You're a social media professional.
I should fucking know this. HTFGXMING. I post that every week, trying to post that every day. I'm trying to play games every day, basically.
I love it.
See?
What the fuck it is. You can get me at CEEFOR, Twitter and Instagram. And guys, if you enjoyed this episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell. So you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at The Movement Fam. Check us out. We are back every Monday. It's now Eastern. It's hilarious. Every time you put your fingers up, you delete and go into the background. It's hilarious.
Fuck.
I guess it kind of like blocks. It doesn't recognize your thumb as a face.
I mean, trying to hack the system, bro.
No, fuck. We're back every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Audio drops on the Tuesdays. Follow us on social. We always promote the other stuff. We dropped a video yesterday, I believe, a second one of our challenge with Dan. It was pretty funny again. We're going to keep doing more of them. No, we have to figure out how to get you in on those as well. Probably do like this type of thing. Do a little the music challenges, which would be fun with the three of us. Yeah, guys. So that is it. We'll see you next week.
Get a dog up, yeah.
Let me press the fucking button. Get a dog up. If you don't know what that is, Google it.
Yes, Open Dictionary.
Yeah.
Fucking there you go.
Yeah, get it in, y'all.
Get it in, yeah.
Marijuana drinks. Yeah. Marijuana drinks. You're a Peace,
You're on marijuana drinks.
Peace. I'm actually not high at all, but peace. We'll be soon. Peace.